Hey everybody, how y'all doing? How's everybody doing? Come on in, everyone. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm gonna give it a few minutes for some people to join. I know I don't have any theme music tonight, y'all. I don't have anything queued up in the ways of music tonight. Am I live right now or what? Why does it not show that I'm live? Okay. Now I'm seeing I'm live. Okay, cool. Hey Mo. Hey Bush Babies. How y'all doing? Welcome everyone. I want to listen to how this sounds so I could get a quick sound check in.
Y'all know about that time? Maybe. From the peace of the gods.
Peace to God. We got a few things on our heart right now that we like to speak about.
Yeah. Yeah. Chill out. A lot going on right now. A lot going on. A lot of stuff.
Okay, so I'm going to cut this, get the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hey everybody, welcome. Lisa says what? You hear, love? I'm dropping the link for Lisa says what and Aaron. All right. Where's the link? Oh no, I don't want to do that. This is what I want to do. All right. Okay, guys. Un momento, por favor. And paste. Hey, Crystal Mods. All right, let me. Drop. Yep. Great. All right, guys. Just a few minutes. Well, I'm going to have to start getting my music on, getting my stuff going over here, man. Okay, here we go. Oh, that person dropped. Lisa? You got to say something.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. I was going to say something. I'm giving up for you. Okay.
Hello.
Yep.
Can you guys hear me?
We are all here.
Okay.
All
Can y'all
right,
hear me?
y'all ready?
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear
Oh,
you. I
yes.
can hear you just fine.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure.
You're a little bit low.
Really?
We are ready.
Okay, so let's do it.
Y'all ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Peace to the gods.
Peace to the gods. We got a few things on our heart right now that we about to speak about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Share the live.
Shut alive. Shut alive.
So they're saying share the live.
Yes.
Going on right now. There's a lot going on. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. A lot of things. We here to speak up for our own selves.
We gonna
For our husband.
we gonna keep
Yeah, we gonna keep exposing this shit. It ain't
Look,
over. It ain't over.
Yesterday, let me tell you,
Yeah.
me, when I tell you the amount of compassion that people have today, it's not there.
Nope.
We get information that we can't keep silent.
Right.
Our husband has been through everything.
Yeah.
Costa Rica,
Yeah.
Mexico, Panama, everywhere. Georgia. And he turned that camera on and he tell you he let you know exactly what's going on. Yesterday we got information that Eligio was stabbed. Jumped. He was
and
jumped.
stabbed, nigga.
Four
Fuck
niggas
wrong with y'all.
jumped on him and stabbed him out of nowhere. And we couldn't go. Nigga stabbed my nigga.
Stabbed him?
We couldn't go. Nigga stabbed my nigga. Nigga stabbed my nigga. Nigga stabbed my nigga.
Y'all, I'm sorry.
Why does it keep doing that?
kidding
Is it a
me?
remix?
Hey, y'all.
That's the remix.
I ran back.
They all seem to be doing their best Eligio Nature Boy Bishop impersonation.
No, I don't know. I don't quite know exactly what it is yet, but they are trying to continue to convey this idea that what's going on with them, it's somehow supposed to be our concern.
Mm-hmm.
And as you continue to
Yes,
listen,
people are concerned. She said that there's no that people's concern and care are terrible. It's just that people's concern and care is different from theirs.
yeah, they what they're saying without saying is that you guys aren't doing what we want you to do,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys aren't responding to this the same way we are. But that's natural. If your mother dies, definitely that's going to be a sad issue. But we're not going to perceive it the same way because the relationship isn't the same. You're
Right.
asking people who don't know this man to feel the same way you feel about him. That's absurd.
And
So
ignore
the
what we do
compassion
know
in the
about him.
world today is subpar because people aren't coming to Eligio Bishop's aid.
Well, that's not the way it is. Hit play, Medea.
Yes.
Let you talk because it's a lot. It's a lot.
Damn,
it touched our heart, bro.
It touched
He
our
got
heart.
stabbed, yo. That shit touched
Feel
our
that
heart,
shit,
yo.
though. Feel
Feel
that
that shit though, y'all.
Let that
What he
feel.
going through? Yeah. Like, he innocent. Our husband is innocent, and he up in there like he really locked down, incarcerated, like a person that actually committed a crime.
Can
He
you
ain't
pause
commit
it
no
real quick?
crime. He ain't do He ain't got to rape a girl. He got girl.
And you know, so I'm gonna take chill out. Don't want that. So I hug him. And she's like, no. And she's like, no. And I'm
Girls, first of all, go right here. He ain't got to rape no damn body.
Can
The
you pause
fuck?
it real quick?
Pause it,
Come on
Medea.
now.
yesterday, what we did was when we heard the news, we call around, we call everybody. We like trying to find out as much information as possible. Nobody's telling us nothing.
Can you
The
pause it real
Georgia
quick?
Department of Corrections
Medea.
is messing with people's paperwork. He put in paperwork that puts his family to be notified and be able to check on him to see how he's doing. They saying to us that he didn't put no paperwork in when I know he did.
He put paperwork in.
So now nobody can call and check on him to see how he's doing. This is a life-threatening situation, and I don't care how you view somebody.
Right.
Where your heart at?
Right. Exactly.
How is everybody talking about this and smiling and writing stupid ass comments in the fact that what he going through is something that everybody going through.
No.
Everybody going through this shit.
Okay.
I paused
I
it.
didn't want to get. Okay, thank you. I didn't want to get too far into it because it started getting to the point where I wanted to say something real quick. But it's little subtleties that I noticed. And it just one of the things that Malia says, it just shows, just in my opinion, that they're not connected to what they're saying. That this is more of some type of a stunt to maintain carbonation's relevancy. But she said that Eligio getting stabbed, it touched her heart. That just in my mind, that doesn't register as an appropriate statement to describe how you're feeling. Like if I told y'all, somebody I cared about got stabbed, and you ask me, well, how does that make you feel? And I say it touched my heart. That response just it doesn't line up to me.
Right.
It just I don't know how significant that is, but that just stood out to me. And
It didn't
then
sound sincere to you.
it didn't sound sincere because those just don't seem like the words you would select to describe the situation at hand.
The severity of it.
Or just in general, like it just doesn't match up to me. But another point that they tried to convey was that Eligio would possibly be a can you say the R word on here? Does that you're not supposed to say it or something?
Yeah, you got to say the R word or grape.
Okay, so apparently in their minds, Eligio Bishop can't be considered a perpetrator as it pertains to the R word because he has them there. But it just goes to show that how locked they are in maintaining his innocence that they won't even entertain any alternative narratives. They have to understand that he was charged and found guilty not because of what you think, but because of what Georgia law has said for quite some time now. And the relationship to the person does not void the act because you can be married to somebody and still be found guilty of the R word. It can be your girlfriend. It could be a prostitute. It can be an escort. It doesn't matter. If you conduct yourself in the way Eligio Bishop did, then you are a perpetrator of the R word. That's what happened. But they don't want to acknowledge that because that would require them to accept that they have been defending a rapist, for 4 to 6 years now. But that was all though. I just wanted to catch those 2 points.
His
Absolutely.
He's never heard.
No, absolutely. And if y'all want me to pause it, just say pause because I'm listening in my headsets and there's a bit of a delay.
Okay, gotcha.
As a people, we are broken. We need healing, and He brought that. That's the sad thing, bro. It's our own fucking people, yo. It's our
Oh yeah,
own
here we go.
people, yo.
Here, pause
It's
it.
our own people. When we went up to that jail, it was black people. Oh, modern day lynching,
Pause it, Medea.
literally.
Modern day lynching, literally. They don't know what the word literally means, but go right ahead.
So this is a narrative that it goes outside of carbonation. There's a lot of black people. They're everywhere in real life and online who feel like we should come together under some type of unified front. But what I like to challenge in that belief is two things. One, the idea that every other race besides black people are united under a singular front. North Korea and South Korea are literally standing on an imaginary line, looking at each other
Exactly.
all day, every day. And they know for a fact they're all Korean. And then we look at Russia,
And Ukraine.
in Ukraine, two Europeans fighting each other. So that idea that black people are somehow falling behind because they're not unified on a unified front, newsflash, nobody's on a unified front. No so-called race is on a unified front. Secondly, when we talk about historically, Africans, Africa has never been on a unified front. You can see the remnants of that today. Africa has so many tribes, so many different languages, so many cultural differences. It is not, and then you got to ask yourself or think to yourself, Africans didn't consider themselves Africans. They considered themselves different people belonging to different groups. And they fought each other, they enslaved each other, they killed each other. So this idea that
Sold each other.
that's what I'm saying, sold each other. So this idea that black people have just now are exercising this broken mentality because of where we are today is just not accurate. Like we have always fought each other. We have always disagreed. At no point in history has Africa been unified under one front as we're Africa and we're black people.
Yeah.
It's never been like that, and it's never going to be that way because regardless of what we look like and where we come from, we are all accompanied by innate interests and preferences. They are attempting to start some type of a movement and collect people underneath the banner that we're black. And so that somehow means we should all agree and we should all come and help each other. But this is not how it works.
But it just goes to show their very limited understanding of the world of Babylon, which they despise, and history and how the world works.
Yeah, because we are watching.
Okay.
I mean, in a sense, we can relate to this because we all have instances in our early 20s where we have. I mean, even today, but specifically in the early 20s, we have been impulsive and certain about something that we were completely wrong about.
All right.
We can hear you, Medea.
My dad having a full-fledged whole another phone conversation.
I'll talk to you.
Medea.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
It was all black people standing up like some white crackers.
They was proud.
Proud.
Proud. And
His
so
own people lied on him.
you know what we did? We drove up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what we did? We drove up there.
I ran that back,
Yeah.
y'all.
Macon State Prison.
Yeah.
We drove up there.
Facts.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
facts.
did. Still, they wouldn't tell us no information. But we did make a scene up there.
Earth. I'm skipping my commentary,
They
y'all.
made a scene.
But
Gotcha.
Cool and collected. But they calm and cool and collected. But I went
Oh yeah, that was more than likely exaggerated.
idled, and those people, everybody, I'm sure, with the situation.
Everybody sure to know what you. I think Lisa's
Cult
froze.
followers.
Wait, you
Probably
froze?
why they had so many police officers.
You froze momentarily.
Y'all
What did
ready?
you say? Not quite. I wanted to hear what Lisa said.
That saying that
Is she lagging for y'all, or is it just me?
Yeah, she's lagging. Lisa says what?
Okay,
You're
okay.
lagging.
so many. Okay, go ahead and push play.
Lisa.
Push play.
Okay.
we did make a scene up there. So
Got to.
when we made the scene up there and we drove off, we pulled over at a gas station. It's country out there. It's a country. It's nothing out there but barbed wire.
Told you.
You could tell it's plantations everywhere. You
Everywhere.
could see.
Did you say
No,
pause?
I just said told you because they finally got a glimpse of what I was telling people what Oglethorpe, Georgia was like. Like it's nothing out there. Like I knew it was going to be a culture shock for them before they even did this video because Malia's from New Orleans.
You
I am from
did.
California.
You said that.
I told them that. I knew it was going to be that because I'm from here. I'm from down here, like born and raised. So Malia's from New Orleans. I've been to New Orleans. Aya's from California. Zoka's from California. I've been there. And Efru's from Tennessee, which is similar but not quite. So when people come down here and you're from the city or you're from somewhere that's not like the country, it's a shock.
Move out there.
They're ready.
Yep, we ready.
All right.
Miles and miles. It was a whole
You could
plantation.
see it in the spirit of the people.
Spirit.
There.
Yeah.
And so we at the gas station, we sitting there because we like, yo, what do we do?
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
Who we gonna talk to?
Right.
Who we gonna talk to to figure out how we can see our husband? They ain't put our paperwork in. They saying our paperwork is not in, knowing we sent the paperwork
Can you
to
pause
see
it?
our husband. But nah, y'all withholding that. They withholding his paperwork.
So one thing that they also refuse to acknowledge is that one, you can't muscle your way through the system. You guys have said before in your teachings, and this has come straight out the mouth of your Messiah, in which we are supposed to obey the laws of the land because when we were to have our nation, we would want visitors or foreigners to do the same thing. But when they're like children, when they don't get their way, and all of their former values and principles get thrown out the window. And secondly, Aya, Malia, Ephraim, and Zoka have to understand that in the laws, in the eyes of the law, you guys are not family. And in the eyes of biology, you guys are not family. So you're trying to assert this idea that you're family, but you don't have any basis as far as the rest of humanity is concerned to support that claim. And you guys have to grow up one day and realize that kicking and screaming is probably the least effective way to be heard. Even though you're making a lot of noise now, it's actually making people want to draw further away from you that
Yep.
much more.
Yeah.
And so if this
It doesn't
wasn't a,
endear them.
no, it doesn't. Like if this was an attempt to garner support, then it's backfiring. But they don't know that because they are following the actions of Elijah Bishop, who's not intelligent. So they think that if he screamed for 6 years, then that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come on here and we're gonna come on here and we're gonna copy what we've seen him doing, just like a child does with their parents. That children don't do what you do. They don't do what you say. They do what you do. So that's what we're seeing here in a form.
Mm-hmm.
They're attempting to try to scream into a phone because that's the only thing he's ever taught them.
Yep. Yep. And that's what I say. They're all mimicking him, especially with their physicality. I wish we had a body language expert that could, because
Oh
they
yeah,
would
that would be nice too. Yeah.
they'd be losing their mind right now, because Efru in the back is uh waving her hand. Zoka's pointing a gun up, an imaginary gun up in the air. I mean, they are going through a range of emotion.
Yeah, it's going to it's an internal battle. I mean, it's an internal battle. They are battling
We're
right
watching.
now. Yeah, they're definitely.
Hit it, Madame.
All right.
Withholding his information, they withholding his contact to his family on the outside. How the hell? His own very people that we here to reach out to. Y'all ain't helping us. Y'all ain't there for us. So, did what we did. But now we at the gas station talking to somebody that could give us information now. Cause now y'all not giving us nothing.
They called the cops on us. They told us y'all leave the premises. If y'all don't leave the premises, going to jail today. Tell them what you tell them what you did at the prison. So since they want to act like they want big and bad, and everybody outside and line up and try to bully us into leaving, and to not getting no type of information. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all who y'all Negro PM, white people in black bodies. This lady came up, pulling up with a shotgun in her passenger side. I said, "You gonna shoot me? You gonna shoot me? Line, boss, because it's nasty."
And the childlike behavior continues when you guys
Mm-hmm.
don't do what I want you to do. When I don't get my way, I resort to name calling.
Yep.
And another thing you guys have to remember is that you're not coming to see your uncle who broke his leg on a construction site. You're trying to come and see a convicted felon, not just a regular convicted felon, but somebody who has life plus 10 years. So they can't just let you come in there and see him for two reasons. One, the potential for an attempt to escape, and two, the potential for somebody to come in there and try to harm him further. He was stabbed. So if they have to make sure that a second attempt on his life doesn't occur because they can get in trouble for that. But because you guys are so hell bent on getting your way, you're missing out on a lot of points. And I hope, because everybody's not as lucky, I would imagine that most of us in this chat has made a lot of mistakes, but we were blessed enough to be able to correct those mistakes and move forward without any irreversible harm. But that's not the case with everybody. Unfortunately, there are some young people or people in general who do things that can't be undone. And I hope you guys can snap out of it. And that goes for Juju and Jax too, before you end up making a permanent decision off of these temporary feelings that you think are gonna last. How y'all remember being swearing we was in love with somebody when we was 16, swearing we was gonna marry this person, or swearing this person was best friends for life, but as life moved forward, we grew and we changed and our feelings changed. So you guys, please don't make no permanent decisions that can't be undone. You got a felony, you can move forward from that. You Aya owe from Aya still owe $12,000-13,000 from the rental property in Decatur. All of that can be undone. But if you get hurt by somebody who ain't playing with y'all, that can't be undone. If y'all go to jail, that time, whatever they give you, You can't undo that. So that's all I wanted to say about that point.
That's very true.
Slavery. Everything is tell them what you did at the prison. So since they want a billion.
I ain't even gonna hold y'all, but why doesn't hold on, y'all? It went back.
Is the sound off?
Yeah, because I know my commentary is coming.
Oh, okay, guys.
So I'm trying to skip through my commentary. But do y'all love my little video thing here with his new mugshot?
What I didn't get. I don't think I got. I don't
Yes.
think I got to this. Did I? I don't know. I don't remember this part.
Let me see. Right.
What is really going on with the black man and the black woman in the system? And we so comfortable in this shit. It's so freaking symbolic that the crisis came free us from these mental enslavement from our mind, and we still trying to try to kill and stab. Who are you to stab your own brother? Right. Who are you to try to persecute and testify and lie? You know his heart. You know Elysium. Like real life, you know Elysium. You know who he is. You know how he get on camera every day, some real shit about yourself. Be honest about yourself. He always gonna show love. He ain't never hurt nobody. He ain't never do nothing to nobody. It's always gonna be love. It's always gonna be honesty. So when they came up and pulled up like that, we gonna proclaim. I don't give a fuck who you are. We came nice at first. We like very humbly. Oh, we was like, I'm standing there in the front like.
Hold on, guys. I'm getting the.
Are you good? I wanted to say that
Yes.
they think that they have. Oh, that's Lisa probably calling you.
Oh, okay. Hold on. What happened to you?
I think she dropped out temporarily.
I'm not on that screen. I'm trying to make sure the buffering.
Can you please give us?
Hold on. She's backstage. Hold on. Let's get Lisa says what back up here.
Hey, okay.
Lisa?
Wow. Okay,
Yep.
I'm back.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah.
There you are.
Okay, great. Okay.
Perfect.
Where were we?
Information like the list. I'm sitting here telling them everything. Like the list. We put in the list. I'm talking to them very calmly, very nice. We didn't go up there like on.
I doubt that very much.
I wanted answers. So I'm professional. I say, okay, your name, okay, what's your name? Okay, hi, okay. I'm here checking on Eligio because I heard that he got stabbed. Right. This is an emergency. Right. I said, please, ma'am, please. Like we put the paperwork in. I'm on his emergency contact list. We need information. You don't have to tell me a lot. Get the roaches out the room. He is okay. Right. Please. Yeah. We standard answer. We can't tell you nothing. We don't have no information for you. Oh, wait till you call his counselor tomorrow. What do you mean tomorrow? We are here today. Asking what is wrong with him. He just got stabbed, and y'all can't give us no information. That's the thing. We understand the paperwork.
Yeah, that's the same word I had in my mind.
Somebody.
What you say, Aaron?
No, Lisa literally said the word I was thinking in my mind. The entitlement, the sense of you should do what I tell you to do and what I want you to do because I'm me.
Yeah, because we are the chosen. They're married to God. So they feel like people ought to jump when they say jump. And I would love to have been a fly on the wall in that emergency room or prison, wherever they were, where they were asked to leave, because I'm sure that they showed their asses.
I would never be able to know with them. Yeah, and that's a good way to put it too, R&B singer. I was thinking of it a different way, but same concept. Eligio has assigned them a position that doesn't work outside the four walls that they can bind. And so what they're struggling with is on you realize they're realizing that they can only play pretend and be gods and goddesses. But in the real world, they don't get that respect from nobody.
Mm-mm.
The reason they don't is because to be a king or queen is a process that's reserved for specific people. And the people have to assign you to that role and uphold that role. It's not like you just get it and it's just handed to you. But Malia, and I'm not saying this to be degrading, but as far as the rest of us are concerned, you're not a queen.
No,
And it's not because you're less than, but it's because you haven't earned it. And this is America. We're not looking for that.
no.
And you know what I mean? So you can't. That's not how life works. You can't go to the basketball team and demand the coach put you on the team. You can't
Hmm.
go to a
Play
job
me.
and demand they hire you. You have to compete and you have to be qualified. And even when you do get a position, you have to earn the higher positions. It doesn't matter what you feel or what you think. Everybody that has something, other than scammers and stuff like that, they have to put in the work to earn that. Like, but carbonation, they don't realize how stunted their first of all their leader is, and how much his like because Elijah Bishop is stunted, he can only hold people back. That's literally
Hmm.
all he can do. And so
Yeah.
and so Aya and Efru and Malia and Zoka are 20 some years old, but they're acting like they're 10.
Hmm. Stomping their feet,
Yeah,
crossing their arms.
yeah,
Let us in.
yeah. So it's like, but you guys have to accept that you're not like just the same way I have to accept I'm not 6'4". The
Right.
same way I have to accept I'm not 250 pounds. Like there wouldn't be no point in me walking around like I'm big. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not who I am. But you think you're gonna kick and scream and stomp your way into getting the rest of the world to respect and honor your self. That's what happens when you're self proclaimed.
Mhm.
Nobody has to respect it and honor it. And also it's they're gonna have to. I just hope that whatever the lesson they're gonna have to learn one way or another that who they think they are only exists in their imagination, literally. And they're gonna have to eventually come to terms with their place in the world as it is today.
Do you think this will embolden them? Do you think this will make them even more confident, feel more martyr, like, oh, he's a martyr, you know, he he missed death.
No. For one, they're not confident now.
Right.
They're not confident at all because they're struggling to make a sensible life together.
Hmm.
They're struggling. They really don't know what the point of this video is, but
Right.
they know they should do one because
Hmm.
that's what you do in carbonation is that when something happens, you have to come online and show how serious you are about what happened. So Jack screaming on the phone is not reflective of how he actually feels. When you think about people like that, and carbonation is corny. The reason it's corny is because they campaign for themselves when it's convenient and when
Right.
they need something. But when you see somebody like a respected and established group like the Nation of Islam, they don't conduct themselves like this because they're promoting their message on an everyday basis. So they
Mm-hmm.
don't need to, hype things up because they haven't been around in a long time because they're consistent. Carbonation is not consistent. They kick
No,
and scream when they hungry or they need some money, but when they're comfortable, they're talking. Zoka's talking about we proclaimed. You guys haven't been doing like you haven't been upholding your own teaching. So how can we respect a group that doesn't follow their own so-called morals and laws and principles?
that's true. They only, like you said, they only go live when they need something. They need some either validation or money.
They're takers. Like they are one of the living examples of the word taker. They don't offer anything.
No. And they want everything. They want everybody to feel what they feel, believe what they believe,
They're
and
takers.
they don't put anything back out into the, you would think that these people were building homes for the homeless, feeding the poor, doing outreach. It's a self-sustaining little cult that only caters to each other.
It's pathetic. They're some of the worst salesmen ever. I
Oh
mean,
my
some of the
goodness.
worst businessmen ever because they're a business that tells you what you like. They tell you what you gonna buy. Like no, this no you no this is what we got for you. This is what you need. Like you need to like they have. It's a constant display of terrible interpersonal skills. Malia, her, and this is just acknowledgement of their personal experience. But Efru, Malia, Aya, and Zoka, they don't have experience with many people.
Right.
So they are relying on who they perceive as somebody who has some type of exposure to give them insight as to how the world actually goes. But they're mistaken that Eligio Bishop is also unaware of how he comes off to other people and how to relate with other people to get, what I'm saying, a desired outcome.
He's better at it than they are because he has had a lot of practice in manipulating people
No,
and
he's terrible.
conning people.
He's terrible because this is the reason I say he's terrible, right?
Hmm.
Look at the result of Eligio Bishop's mind. And you cannot tell me that type of mind is the byproduct of someone who's intelligent.
Oh
And
yeah, I don't. I think he squandered whatever intelligence he ever had. He, you know, like you say, intelligence. You have to keep feeding that, and he doesn't. He mentally. I think he's somewhere around like 19. It's like he has
yeah,
arrested development. I don't know
no,
what happened when he turned 19. He claims that he had an epiphany, but that seems to be at around the time he stopped uh, his critical thinking.
I
And
don't think if I had to assign an age, and this is
Mhm.
not even a shot at him because of who he is, but just off my own personal observation, I would consider him, his mind, his psychological age, I would say he's more like 10
Mm,
because of the excessive need to be viewed as a boy.
because of his need to be viewed as a what?
A boy.
Nature boy. I get it. I get it.
I think he's more of like a 10-year-old. That's if I had to pick an age, just based off of what I've seen from him.
Yeah. Hit it, madame.
Okay.
Should be an emergency contact. We went up there hours. We drove hours to go because they're not helping us on the phone. Okay, so we're gonna drive up there. A contact. Okay, cool. He just got there. He got to put in the information. But if he's hurt, come on. Why aren't y'all urgent on moving and getting him to get contact with his family? That's how you know this shit is slave. This shit is built and it's about to fall. This shit is about to fall because the fact that all melanated people got access to with the energy of white man, supporting a white man against his black people. How dare you? That's how you know it's gonna fall. It's time to fall because y'all being too disrespectful to God. To God. God has come back and risen amongst us. He said his people will come amongst him and they know him not. The Messiah has returned. It is time for the black Messiah to rise again, and Lihio is gonna rise again. I don't give a damn how y'all think I talk and how I speak and what I say. Y'all gonna feel my heart. Y'all gonna feel these words, and y'all gonna feel Lihio come through me. Yes. Facts. That's right. It is time for the black Messiah to rise again, and Lihio is gonna rise again. I don't give a damn how y'all think I talk and how I speak and what I say. Y'all gonna feel my heart. Y'all gonna feel these words, and y'all gonna feel Lihio come through me. Yes. Fact.
Woo,
But
that was a rant.
yeah, but it's like, what do you want us to do? Like, I mean, it's like, if I was somebody who had an organization and I needed assistance from other people, I would at least try to convey to the people who are listening to me, exactly what it is I need. But
Right.
they're just screaming about white man this and black man this, and we ain't doing nothing. But okay, well, at what point in the video do you get to letting me know what it is that you guys need? So if I even needed to help you guys, I don't even know where to begin to start, because you're talking to me about stuff that I have no control of. What, you want me to go to the prison and demand? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, you want me to go up to the hospital and tell the nurses to do a better job? Like, what do you guys need? And it's not about none of that, in my opinion. In my opinion, they're using just like a bully, they're using other people to offload their own personal anguish. Malia is toe up on the inside mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Aya is toe up. Like, you're watching four, not like in a disrespectful sense,
I know
but
what you mean.
you're watching four broken women, damaged, offload their own pain and suffering onto an easy target, because the phone is the easy target, right?
Oh yeah.
It's such an easy target.
I think this was Malia's time. She had heard all of the negative comments about how she speaks and her inability to communicate, and she's letting everybody know she can speak and she will speak in spite of us
Right.
criticizing her.
Which is, in my opinion, an acknowledgement of an insecurity
Oh
that was
yes.
triggered by somebody else's statement. That's like if somebody said, "Yeah, that's why you broke," and I go off the rails, then that must mean, to some degree, in myself, I believe what you're saying is true. Otherwise,
Hmm.
I wouldn't even acknowledge it. And if I did acknowledge it, I would do it in a secure fashion.
Right. You wouldn't react to the criticism.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to. Well, yeah, react is. That's what I'd like to tell myself, is that I don't want to react. I want to respond.
Exactly. Great turn of phrase.
Yeah, that's so that I try to keep those two differences in mind. But it's just it's so disturbing to watch people be so far removed from reality
Hmm. Yep.
and really wholeheartedly believe in their mind that what they're saying is holds some facts to it, but it just doesn't, man. And
Yeah,
but
this
let's,
this part of it really disturbed me. Her rant right there. It was disturbing because she was letting us know how distressed she really is. I
yeah,
mean, I
yeah,
think this almost pushed her over the edge.
yeah. Have y'all ever seen? Okay, for example, right? I'm gonna give you an example. I know y'all probably been this person or have seen this person. Have you ever seen somebody get drunk and just start crying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we never know behind a lot of smiling faces, or any face for that matter, what somebody's truly carrying. But because I have been in this position that they've been in, I'm going to say, I can't say for sure, I'm not a psychiatrist, But I'm gonna say that they're doing the same thing I was doing, was
Which
using
is
people in Babylon as target practice to help me kind of ease my own personal stress and chaos that I had within my own self.
mm-hmm. You think that's why you used to lash out at folks?
Yes, because my own personal, I was using other people as a temporary distraction from my own personal dissatisfaction for what I was doing. And so in
Mm-hmm.
order to make me feel better about what I was doing, I had to make it seem like what you was doing was way worse.
Right.
And that's what carbonation does to this day. No matter if they're living in a, no matter if they're getting evicted because of the overflow of human waste, no matter if they don't have nowhere to stay, no matter if they don't have no money, no matter if they're behind the scenes using food stamps from the same system they're speaking out against, somehow, some way, we're the ones that's miserable.
And it's funny because they think that we don't know. We know that you guys don't have any money. We know that you guys are struggling, squatting and putting up GoFundMe campaigns to make ends meet.
Right?
Everybody
Yeah,
knows.
yeah. And but it and that's what pushes them into more and more rage, in my opinion. Like you keep trying to promote that you guys are just fine, which is easy to do with a phone because you get
Yeah.
to choose what to show, you get to choose when you go live, when everything's calmed down and good, you can go live and make it seem like that's how the whole day has been. But when the news reporters are coming and it's being made public that you guys are struggling and that you're not living in a lap of luxury like you used to, you still, just to make sense of what you're doing, you have to tell yourself that, oh yeah, everybody that left, yeah, they really miserable. They really
Hmm.
suck. Because guess what? Their mind isn't allowed to explore the possibility that we're living better lives now.
Right.
Because
And
that would be,
thriving
huh? Yeah.
and
That would
thriving in Babylon.
exactly. And that would see, one like a house of cards. All it takes is one card to fall and the whole thing does. And that's what carbonation is. So that's why they're so adamant about reinforcing beliefs, because they know that what they're standing on is so fragile that all it's going to
Hmm.
take is them to really question something to get them to question the entire thing. But you're asking these women to question 4 to 6 years of unprocessed trauma. Like that takes like significant amount of time, and even for some people it takes assistance from a trained professional.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Hit it, Medea.
Facts. Y'all gonna feel my energy because I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all black people sitting
Mm.
around looking at us and not supporting us and not helping your black community and helping witness y'all. Y'all, this is the truth.
Sorry, y'all. I put the break.
Oh, I didn't know
Let
what
me
that
skip my
was.
commentary.
Yeah,
I
she
put the
said
break. I put
not
the
helping
brakes
them.
on because I was like,
Yeah. No, R&B singer I actually am.
they are the black community.
Right. And,
They
and
are
the
the
thing
black
about it is,
community.
and look how intellectually lazy they are.
Ah,
They think that because people aren't helping them, that they're not doing nothing.
exactly. That's what burns my britches. They think that because you're not helping the black community, you don't know what we do for the black community or for what we do for the community as a whole. Because they're not interested in anything other than what we can do for them.
I don't
They're not
think I
interested in anybody.
no, it's maybe it's because I'm 35 now, but I wonder, I often ask myself looking at them like, was I that arrogant at 20? Probably.
Yep, I bet you were. Cause you,
Probably. I don't
cause
know.
you're pretty smart.
I don't know. I don't know. But it's just, it's just disappointing to see the pieces that they're overlooking and missing, and how critical those pieces are to give them a clear understanding about what's going on. But I said earlier, I don't think they want a clear understanding of what's going on. I think they just want to be right,
They just want to be right at all cost.
which is a form of insecurity, because people who need to be right all the time have a problem with being wrong, and people who have a problem with being wrong have a problem of being exposed, and the people who have a problem of being exposed have a problem of what people think about them, and people who have a problem with what other people think about them have a problem with their own security in themselves.
Absolutely. It's circular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Helping witness y'all, this is the truth. This is absolute truth. And all minds, all knee shall bow, and all tongue shall confess. So all y'all that's sitting back laughing, all y'all that's sitting back doing commentary, y'all online doing videos and laughing behind the scenes, you gonna have to pay for what you did. You gonna have to pay for the words you said. You have to pay for the energy you gave. This is all a test. All life is a simulation. You are in your mind. You are dreaming. This is a holographic universe. Nothing is outside of you. Everything is a figment of your imagination. So Christ has come back, not as no white man, not as no European. Christ has come back as a nigga, a black nigga, like you, a black, just like you. He came amongst you. But when he comes around you, it comes amongst you. You don't even know your own kind. You don't even know your own Messiah. The fact that he come back and he comes amongst you, you don't know him, and the words he speak is absolute truth. And you haven't heard nobody speak these words before. You haven't heard nobody speak these teachings before. You never seen nobody break it down like Alihio break it down every single day, 24.
You said pause?
That's the part that rubs me the wrong way. The saying that no one's ever heard these words. All of his words are taken from the Bible. So absolutely we've heard this all before. All of his philosophy is amalgam of other people's philosophies. It's just that their ideas and thoughts are so limited because they don't have a lot of life experience, they don't have a lot of education. They believe that what he says is golden. That part
I don't,
pissed me.
in addition to that, I also think intertwined is the fact that if he's not God or the Messiah, then the thought of what he actually is and what you've actually been doing is quite terrifying for them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because if I haven't been on here, you know, on a spiritual journey, then what have I been doing? And do you know how hard it is for people to process what like a cult experience? I'm gonna tell y'all, I had this thought. I was like, what's a good way to explain to people what it's like waking up from a cult? And have y'all ever got scammed before? Has anybody ever got scammed?
No, but I watched somebody get scammed
Okay, well
playing three
maybe
card money.
maybe this that might not be the best analogy for you, but anybody who's ever been scammed, or you find out somebody was lying to you,
Mm-hmm.
like that very moment when you realized it was a scam, or that very moment you realized that person was lying, that's what it feels like. It's like everything you previously thought, because you thought you was getting a good deal, like you really thought this person was who they said they was, and they was doing what they said they was gonna do, and then you find out like, oh, dang, like the whole time I've been believing it was this way, but it wasn't that at all. And just coming to terms with the fact that you got scammed or you got cheated, like that's what it feels like dang man,
Yeah.
after 5 years you mean tell me I ain't been doing nothing but wasting my time. And
Yeah, that's going to be hard because that's that investment that they have already that they've put in. They feel like they've got nothing, no return on it.
and that's a like Lisa, let me tell you something. It takes a certain type of person to leave a cult, because your entire world is going to crash down on you and you have to survive it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going to crash down on each one of those women is something very different. But because they're different people, we don't know how they're going to handle it. Aya has to accept the fact that she missed out on a significant part of her son's life doing nothing. Same with Malia and Efru and Zoka both share the loss of a child. That's going to crash down on you. You have to figure out how to not let yourself spiral into self blame for what happened. Like, it's one thing to take responsibility; it's another thing to blame yourself for what a leader or bishop did to you, and that's going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be very hard.
And they need a support system.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if Malia has it, or Aya has it. I don't know if families are not equipped to handle these kind of things.
Oh
They
no,
need a professional support system.
I'm so glad you said that, Lisa, because I was it a book I was reading? Well, I think it was the course I'm taking. It was one of the portions was about stress management, and it was
Mm-hmm.
saying that one thing that we have a tendency to do that we probably should look at or re-examine is thinking that our family members are supposed to be our psychiatrists and psychologists.
Right.
They're not qualified. It's not that your family doesn't care about you, and sometimes we can end up creating more damage because we're taking a problem to people who aren't qualified to solve it. And when they disappoint us by not giving
Mm-hmm.
us but not by not being able to give us a remedy, we feel even worse than before.
Oh yeah. Then you feel like, well,
So
they're not supporting me. They don't.
they
They
don't,
don't
yep,
have my back.
they don't care.
They don't
But it's not that
care.
they don't care. It's just that you don't bring dental issues to a heart surgeon.
Right.
He
Right.
can't help you. It's not that he don't care. He can't help you. So I just hope that they can. Well, that's why I'm out here. I'm not saying that I can solve their problems and lead them to the promised land or nothing, but I'm gonna try to do something
Yeah.
because I know they're gonna be out there alone. Like that feeling of feeling alone, that isolation is like, because like I've said before, there's plenty of people who can relate to you about trying to stop smoking cigarettes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like one person in your whole state that can relate to you about being in a cult, and then reduce that even down to a smaller number. It's only but a handful of people who can
Right.
relate to you about what happened with incarnation. So
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have to start valuing those relationships.
Mm-hmm. Hit it, Medea. These faces they're making just
Okay.
killing me.
Years on years, I've seen him work. His work ethic is resilient. His work ethic is firm and in true. You can't stop him. So this is why we came on here, for y'all to feel this energy. Y'all can spread this video around on the internet all y'all want. Y'all can do whatever y'all want with this video. But I'm here to tell you the truth, and I'm here to set the alarm clock. Cause y'all not. First of all, my husband got stabbed and still stood up. And still, they said he stood up. He walked strong. You hear me? He walked strong. And you know what? This is the divine matriarch. I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. Come on. This is the divine matriarch. Come on. Yeah. And we come back, we risen out of y'all people, out of y'all DNA. And this is the queen, Mother Melia Lucille, has come back as the head, as the leader. And my husband, he is the chief of this domain. You hear me? He's the chief, and we are the chiefesses. And we here to bring this truth, and we here to lay the law down, to smack down on y'all asses, because y'all need it real hard. You see how my husband was on this camera? He wasn't saying it sweet to y'all. He wasn't saying it nice to y'all. He wasn't saying it all mushy gushy. Nah, he was like, nah, I'm gonna speak that shit, because when I lay this content right here, y'all gonna look back at y'all lives like, damn, they did say it. Damn, they was ahead of this shit. Yeah, they was ahead. And it was right here, stood with him. We stood with him
Can you
this
pause
whole
it?
time.
She's verbatim saying exactly what Eligio said to her. I can just
Yeah,
hear
sure.
him echoing these same words.
Yeah, this video contains probably about less than 2% original thought.
You're being generous.
Yeah, I just did 2% because I remember reading on the ingredients list. It'd be saying it be having like flour, salt, and contains less than 2% of sunflower oil. I be looking at the ingredients on stuff because I be wanting to know what's in there. But that's why I chose that number. But you're right. You're correct though, because like that what they you could tell that it's verbatim or it's almost like a recording because
Which they listen to.
yeah, because they're not formulating thoughts that match up with the situation at hand. They're just saying what they remember saying almost like prior to the video started.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not like they're not letting it happen. They they jump from word to word and feed off of each other.
Yes. Yes. And with no coherent message. Nothing is
Yeah.
cohesive about this. This is just a rant, like you said, a temper tantrum.
Yeah, you don't even remember what like it's like you remember you know how when you write an essay there's an introductory paragraph, a body, and a conclusion. Like there's structure to how communication flows.
Works. Mm-hmm.
But you can't we can't even most people can't even remember what has been said prior to this point because it's so
No.
over the place. Like, do you remember what the original purpose of this video was? What was the intent of this video? Why are we here? Like why are we live right now? There's no reason other than we have to come on here and do what we've always done, which is show this overreactive display to convince you guys of how serious we are about what we're doing. And also to try to shame you into sending us more money.
There you go.
And we also have created a new name, Mother Malia Lucia, to continue this further false sense of growth and change because we're not changing anything else. So the least we can do is change our name.
Mother Lucia.
And now we're the chiefesses.
Of the earth plane. Did you, when you were in the incarbonation, did was there a sense that you guys were elite and special and and elevated above other people?
Yes,
That's what I
highly.
thought.
That was one of the main driving forces of us talking to people in such a derogatory way. It's almost it's like slavery. Like in order to enslave someone, you have to reduce them below that of a human. That's
Mm-hmm.
the whole point of lower self and higher self. It's literal. Like I'm higher than you and you're lower than me. And when you no longer operate with people on an equal plane, it's only a matter of time before you start treating them less than because you can only treat people to the degree in which you view them. So that's all wrapped up in carbonation. They're higher than us, but have no. But here's the thing: you have no tangible results to prove that. So you're
Oh
just
no.
all talk.
All they have is a trail of failures. And but they can't look at those. They see them as trials and tribulations that's making them stronger, and they're going to learn their lesson from this, and they're going to be rewarded in the end. When the system falls, they'll be standing next to God.
Yeah, for sure. And you have to. Two things are going on. Like it doesn't even matter what they're saying. The underlying driving force behind all of this is I have to make myself feel like what I'm going through, no matter how messed up it is, it's going to lead to a payoff someday, somehow, some way. And the reason they keep reinforcing that is because they've already invested too much. So
Mm-hmm.
it has to work out for them. Secondly, I have to make it seem as if your life is so bad and that you're in hell to justify the hell that I'm living, to make it seem like it's not that bad. But other than that, they're not saying nothing. She said, I don't care if y'all share this video. You do care. You want us to show the video.
Oh yeah.
You want the video to be shared because you are feeling. I've been to the Nature Boy YouTube channel. Nobody's engaging with y'all.
Right.
And that bothers you because a part of a major component of Eligio Bishop doing what he did was the feedback he got from doing what he did. Carbonation is a social media fueled organization. And when they're not getting what they want from social media, here we go, ranting. They use Eligio Bishop getting stabbed as a public marketing campaign opportunity. They don't care
Mm.
nothing about him. The reason we haven't seen nothing from them prior to now, because they ain't got nothing to talk about. The reason
Mm-hmm.
Carbonation was live every day was because we had something to show.
Right.
They wouldn't dare show their everyday lives now. That's why they don't. That's why Juju and Jax go live sporadically. Because you can't. I thought that, your life doesn't belong to you. You guys sure keeping a lot of stuff hidden because you know
Hmm.
that if you were to see your life, if you were to go live the same way your Messiah went live, you would be embarrassed with what you would have to show your everyday life look like. You'd be embarrassed.
Yeah. Especially when you're living in a when you're squatting.
Yeah, you're
'Cause
squatting.
you can throw those tapestries up, but everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah, you come on, man. You're still trying to put these nature backgrounds up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
eventually, like they don't know it yet, but I'm sure you guys have experienced it when your soul get tired of something.
Whew.
When your
Yes.
like your soul, like soul might get tired of going to the club. It just hit you. Like it might hit you while you at the club. Like, man, I don't even want to be here no more.
It usually hits you while you're at the club
You
paying
know,
for a
or
$30 drink.
anything. Like you could just get tired. Your soul can get tired of a person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but their souls are gonna get tired of living a fake life
I
because
hope you're right.
because you have this, bro. You do not feel divine. You don't feel like a goddess. You don't feel powerful. You don't feel like you're head of anything.
Yeah. And that's because
You
he's torn them down so much.
Yeah, and you know what else is gonna further? I'm glad they're doing this. I'm gonna tell you why I'm glad they're doing this because it's gonna further reinforce the idea that nobody cares. You're
Mm-hmm.
thinking that you're gonna rally up some type of movement because he got stabbed. It's gonna hurt you even that much more that we don't care. If he got stabbed, still don't care. You think that this is gonna raise some type of attention in your favor, but nobody cares, man. Because Eligio Bishop is not our responsibility. Neither is he yours.
Yeah, they've taken on this. She even refers to him as her child, which is just sick. It's a person that has to be taken care of, and they don't even realize how sick and twisted they sound to other people. They have no self awareness.
And I'm so glad you said that, Lisa, because I'm learning. You know why I stay engaged in this because I learn. I even learned from this.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I learned, I had this thought as we're going along this live, and I said, if you don't know people, it don't matter what you know. That's just how I feel. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know people, it doesn't matter what you know
Right.
because they have all this knowledge in the world and can't even get $2 because they don't know people. They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to approach people. They don't know what to say to people to
Yeah.
make people want to or to compel people to be inspired to support whatever it is they want to do. This screaming, Malia, and like you're beyond cute. Like, and what I mean that, like all of y'all are beyond cute in a sense of you're I are way beyond cute. You older than me. When I say
Mm-hmm.
you're beyond cute, I mean that y'all acting like this, it makes you look terrible.
Yes.
Y'all have already crossed over that threshold where people want to give you any leniency or leeway for what
Mm-hmm.
you're going through. Like the more y'all do this, the more y'all make people kind of be like, y'all deserve this. But I'm trying to let people know that y'all are the product of 4 to 6 years of abuse from Eligio Bishop, and this is not people acting totally out of their correct mind.
Hmm.
So I try to hang on to that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
Hit
we
it,
just,
Madame.
Ready?
yeah.
The whole time. Tell you something. We stood with him this whole time. So y'all can't say shit of nothing. Nothing. We are the original. We are the original. You can't contain the water. You can't contain it. Stop believing he is rising in power. Nigga. God. You mean he is God. Christ. Come on now. Let me tell you something about him. I'm gonna let you feel it. And I know. Y'all been this with your energy y'all been wanting, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, this a Malia y'all been looking for, huh? I'm gonna give it to you because my head is said, give it to him. Give it to him. I'm tired of y'all playing in his face. Like he not the Christ and like he not God. Nigga, you speaking of God, nigga. Facts. Dead. Dead. Facts. Dead. He ain't dead. He ain't dead. His spirit lives through us. His spirit lives through us. Here. You right here. Go ahead, what you gotta say? What you gotta say, Queen? What I know about Poppy, about Eligio, is that even the motherfuckers who did that to him, he still forgive him. Yes, he still forgive him. And he understand the strongest European world. He blame him. He blame them people for what they did to him, bro. Y'all fucked up. He all know he don't deserve that, but let me tell you something. This is the return of the Christ. Nigga, something.
Let me add, I ran that back. Why, what is going on with Ephru and why does it seem like she has a problem with the placement of her hands? Why is she holding one hand towards her mouth like she's got a microphone?
It remind me of boxing.
I'm not trying to be funny. It's just an observation. No, I'm serious. It's almost as if she's uncomfortable in this moment.
Well, for sure. That's what I was leaning towards. I was like, when you're uncertain about what you're saying or what you're doing, it can play out in your body.
Yeah.
In your body language.
So she doesn't quite know what to say. She doesn't quite know why they're doing this, but she knows she's motivated by fear because she's scared of what's gonna happen if they don't show, some type of irate response because they know that that's what he would be looking for. Like, the statement is make noise. He's gonna question them. They're afraid he's gonna say why y'all didn't make noise. So that's what they're doing. They're making noise,
You know
but
what?
they don't realize.
That's an excellent point, Aaron. They are trying to be as exaggerate. Like I said, I think that they are doing Eligio karaoke, where they're
This is a
just
show.
mimicking him.
Yeah, this is a show. Like this is a show right here. Like this is a show. And the thing they don't think about certain things, and that's fine. I hope they will. But noise is something that's not attractive.
No, and I hate to
Nobody.
say this, but nobody wants to hear a yelling, screaming, shrieking woman.
No.
And forgive me, all my feminist friends, for saying that, but people just don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear a raging man, and nobody wants to hear a shrieking woman.
It's off-putting.
It is. And
And
and that's why I say, when you say they don't have a purpose for this, they really didn't. They really came on here, maybe to get in everybody's face and let them see how loyal they are. But I thought the purpose of the video was to give an update on Eligio's condition. But what happened is they were watching all of the content, reading all of the comments, how negative it is, and people laughing, and some people were very callous in their response to him potentially being dead. People were saying, I was reading the comments, oh, your chief got ginsued, and making fun of the situation,
right.
and so this set them off. I think that is what set them off and derailed their. They can't control other people's chat. They can't control other content creators. All they can do is control this little space they have with this 900 or however many followers, 9,300 followers they have on Bigo or whatever platform they're on. And so they came out they're lashing out at us. They're lashing out at the people making commentary. They're lashing out at the people who are, and they group everybody in the same pot.
Right.
They can't differentiate, oh, these people are really trying to uh have my best interest at heart, or they really these people are just making fun of it. They just group everybody, just called everybody trolls and roaches, and
Yeah.
which is sad because a lot of people spend, such as us right now, spend a lot of time analyzing this and trying to figure this out to help them get out of the situation they're in.
But here's the thing. It's like like one of my favorite things that I heard Warren Buffett say is that the chains of addiction are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. They like I don't
I
y'all I
like that.
don't most people haven't been subjected to one person's voice for
Right.
for an extended period of time. So we all know that we have the potential to be affected by the people we're around. And so
Mm-hmm.
when you have heard nothing but Eligio Bishop for the last 2 years, that messes with you. Like literally, your brain has decided that we no longer need to think for ourselves anymore. So it doesn't. The same way if you stop
It
moving your yeah,
atrophies.
exactly. Lisa, perfect word. I was gonna go right into that. Like if you don't use your body, your muscles will atrophy. It's just like how it be how people be having little leg, little arm when they have the cast on.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Like it can get back right, but you're
You have to
right.
work it out.
Yeah, you're watching people who do not exercise critical thought,
Mm-hmm.
have not done so for 2 years. Imagine not exercising critical thought for 2 years.
I man, you got to
Longer than
get
that.
more than that.
More than that. So I'm just being generous with the fact that I gave him 2 years, you know what I'm saying, since he was originally arrested, but it could potentially be longer than that. So you're watching women who literally have been isolated for sure for 2 years,
For 2 years
only
for sure.
talking to him, only talking to him, only talking to him. At least before that, they would get some type of interaction from people on live who would call in. But they have been
Mm-hmm.
sitting in Indian style every day, 8 hours a day, only listening to this dude. Your brain is like, what's the point of me thinking for myself anymore?
Oh yeah. Oh
What's the
yeah.
point of me thinking for myself anymore? Like, just do what he say. Just think what he would say, and like it's not like that happens. Literally, their mind. This is just a speculation. I don't know if this is psychologically possible, but they're conducting themselves as if their mind is in the passenger seat and his
Hmm.
mind is driving.
That's a great analogy.
But
And they don't
every
even
now
have
and
on a
then,
seatbelt.
yeah, but every now and then they want to say something about the driver, but they have placed his mind as the superior mind, and the reason why they have such a tendency to kind of like degrade other people is because that's how they've been treated.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't because they haven't received any type of regular, normal, everyday person to person treatment. They have to resort to the treatment that they've been exposed to for this amount of time. So, and you heard Malia say things like, I came here to lay it down hard on y'all. You seen him, he ain't come to talk to y'all nice. And now you've normalized that treatment in your mind.
Right. You think that's the most effective way to
Yeah,
communicate with people.
yeah. And you think that something's so wrong with you that you can't be talked to like an adult and receive the message. Like you got to be yelled at and screamed at, Malia. Like it's something wrong with you. But Eligio has beat Malia down psychologically
Yes.
and physically. So she's not
And
on drugs. She's a battered and bruised woman, just like everybody in that video. And
right.
so you don't typically see battered and bruised women doing what they're doing. So it's interesting, disturbing, confusing, all wrapped into one. And it takes
You
us.
know, I think that's a good point you're making, that this is not drug addiction. This is cult addiction or eligio addiction. That is what the drug that they're taking.
Yeah, have y'all ever seen a dog that got beat? Dog be
Oh yeah.
scared. You scared. You
Mm-hmm.
coming up to pet the dog scared.
Tuck his tail,
Tug it tail,
lower his
all
head.
kind of crazy stuff. And so what we're watching is the human version of that.
Yeah, you're right.
We're watching abused, beaten, and battered humans.
Mm-mm. Hit it, Medea.
Return of the Christ, nigga. Y'all, but let me tell y'all.
I read that back.
Y'all worship that white Jesus, my nigga. A white Jesus. Everybody loved this Jesus, but back in that time, he was hated. Niggas hated. He was hated. He was stoned. Yeah. He was stoned because of the message that he taught. Come on now. He was stoned by his own people. 12 disciples. 12. He was hated. He was persecuted. Yeah. And they turned on Jesus. They turned on Leo. The disciples turned on Leo. When he was faced with persecution, he was persecuted. He was faced with that's what this is popular persecution. Yeah. But we still rising in truth and power. It's not over. All y'all motherfuckers doing blood and comment and shit about the one not like. That's not real motherfucking life, nigga. We love him, nigga. This shit hurt, nigga. This shit hurt, nigga. This is our king. And we gonna ride for him. Tired of this shit, bro.
I like what you said. You said, even though they did that, he still forgive them because he know where we coming from mentally. You take a people and you put them in a cage for years and years, centuries. What do you think the people is gonna do? You put them in there. You take food. You take away their human rights and their ability to be. Human touch, my nigga. Human touch. Niggas start to lose their minds. He understands that. So he still forgive. And look, so then after that, right? So, where we go now?
Who can I ask y'all? Who do they keep saying that he's forgiving?
I think they're referring to like myself and the, the victims that took the stand and other people who might have left Carbonation. And I think that's who they're referring to.
I thought they were talking about he forgives the people that shanked him.
No, I think they're talking about us because remember at the end of his final remarks,
yes,
they think that was so admirable. Like they really think that he must have a tremendously compassionate heart to do that. But there's an alternative. He's insane. They don't want to consider the possibility because I mean, who would think, right? Who would think that you would actually come in contact with somebody who's sociopathic, psychopathic, whatever the appropriate term would be for him. And so that act of kindness for them, they feel like it's an accurate representation of how he actually feels. But
right,
this man don't like. You guys can try to bury those moments y'all have had with him and how he actually treated you and how you honestly 100% felt to yourself, regardless of what you tried to, how you tried to reframe it with the knowledge. That's still there. And I want to let you guys know that you can express that by walking away from this man and letting him lay in the bed that he made.
It's gonna be a hard, heavy lift. But I'm 100% sure that they don't believe half of the stuff that's coming out of their mouths.
But now they can't, because in order for a belief system to be effective, in my opinion, it has to produce some type of results for you.
Right.
And I mean, literally, I don't understand. Like, you guys said that he was getting out literally every single week that he was in jail. That didn't happen.
No.
Now you're saying, and they're going to get to this eventually. They said that he's getting out in 2025, and so
I thought it was December.
It was supposed to be
December
December
2025.
Now it's 2025, and so what they're going to do until this can only go but a handful of ways. Somebody dies, somebody goes to jail, or somebody leaves. or somebody literally stays and does this carbonation thing for like till they get old. But
Right.
either way, this is gonna have to end.
It's not sustainable.
It's gonna have to end one way or another. But it's up to them on what route they want to take, man.
And when.
And when, yeah.
When they go to jail.
I hope not. I hope that I hope they take the route that we took.
Well, that might be the separation they need, though.
No, I don't. No, because Zoka went to jail and she came right back out.
Well,
That
Zoka's
wasn't
looking
enough.
at going to prison.
Oh yeah, you're right. Jail and prison, two different things.
Yeah, and women's
But
prison, I'm pretty sure is just as bad as men's prison.
I definitely wouldn't think it would be fun.
Yeah, she can joke around. He she's, um, you know, hanging out in the jail, in the county jail is different than, doing 4 years in the
Yeah,
state prison.
yeah, definitely for sure.
Hit it, Medea.
So, okay. So, I'm going to tell you. Nobody want to tell us where he at. We figure out where he at. Oh, yeah, we don't locate him. They told us. They said, okay, so they said they didn't know whether or not he got lifted, he got took out in a van or he got a helicopter, right? But I heard 2 times he was a helicopter.
After they called the police on us, after we went to that jail, we drove off because these motherfuckers trying to lock us up.
Yeah.
Because I
heard 2 times he was a helicopter.
Oh my God.
Police on us after they
What,
called the
Medea?
police on us after we went to that jail. We drove off because these motherfuckers trying to lock us up. Yeah, because we got a heart. We trying to check on who we love. Right. So when we drove off and went to the gas station or whatever, another police officer from the counter pull up on us.
But guess what? He come as a blessing because he helped us. He helped. He said he got in a helicopter. I said confirmation. He in a helicopter.
Confirmation.
Nobody telling us nothing. I said I pull on my phone. ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Where would prisoners go?
Figure it out. Yep. You gonna figure it out.
There we go. Right there. Boom.
Well, bravo,
He drives up
Aya.
there. Another 2 hours.
Yes.
She said, we looking for a lead. I said, we looking for a lead.
Do you guys know, Aaron, or do you believe that they look slimmer?
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed it especially in Aya's face. Everybody's genetic disposition is different,
Right.
so some people hold on to weight better than others. But Aya's face and Malia's face seems to be thinner than usual.
Gaunt.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up for sure.
And that's why people think that they're
Yeah, they just look
using
slimmer to
some
me.
substance.
And I like how this environment can respectfully disagree with each other, because you guys may be more familiar with people who take drugs than I do. And so I just want to acknowledge that there is a potential. It is just my thoughts. I don't think they're on drugs, but there is. I wouldn't dare completely negate the possibility that they are. And we know that marijuana is a drug. You can say whatever you want to say about it, but withdrawal symptoms affect people differently.
Yes.
I consider that, if they, I know that there's a high probability that they were using marijuana to cope with the stress of things. And, once that runs out, people get kind of irritated. So I could also see this being fueled by withdrawal. In
If
addition,
I don't have my weed, I get withdrawal symptoms.
yeah,
That's why I quit smoking for 3 months. Shut up, Medea. Play it.
You've been doing great. All right.
Bishop. Yep. Thanks. Oh, he in room. This.
Oh, you should.
They told us. Okay. Here. Y'all should have told us right there. Here in this building. Oh, you should have told us here. You know we about to go.
Yeah.
Walking off to the hospital.
So we left.
We his mama. So we about to go find our baby.
We Exactly.
His mama. So we about to go find our baby. We about to go find our son.
Exactly.
We need his mama. So we about to go find our baby. We about to go find our son.
Exactly.
We need his mama. So we about to go find our baby. We go find our son.
Exactly.
We not just gonna leave the hospital. Oh, you told us where he at. Oh, let's just leave.
Room number.
Let me go find him.
So what we
The
do
hell?
is we go out. We took a walk, right?
He
We
at?
try to find out, but we come back. We sit there. Nobody.
We just sit in the waiting room.
We in the emergency room, waiting room. What
Yeah.
happened? What happened?
I'm sleep. When I tell you,
All I hear is whoever y'all looking for, you ain't gonna see him, so you need to go. No. What he said? He came up and he's y'all who y'all looking for. Y'all can't see him.
this is just called passion. This is called passion of the Christ.
You ain't
So
gonna
if you don't like the passion, exit the room.
You must not be a
It's just
nigga.
the passion of Christ. You must not be a nigga. You
must
must
not
not
know
know
her.
What is the obsessive use of the N word? So Lady Shakiri said the same thing. They just keep saying it over and over again. And I know it's socially acceptable for some people to use it, but
The reason they use it is because it's an indication that you're not a part of this system. It's a play on house Negro, field Negro. So when they say you must not be a Negro, they're saying you must be a European. You must be a Negropean. You must be with this system. So when they use that word like that, they're talking about the so-called rowdy person, the lawless person, the rebellious person. That's why they keep using that word, because he probably used it recently, or they saw a video or something. So now they feel like they feel like that's who they are, and they'll get to it eventually. But one of the funny things that I hear them talk about is, the black man, the dark man, just like you. But I'm like, I'm light skinned, first of all.
exactly.
Everybody's not dark skinned. And secondly, y'all aren't either. And so, and they'll get to it, but I just thought about it, and I'm like, you guys are really just wanting this to be what you think it is, because I know and this is speculation. I would assume that you guys are on the verge of really looking at why is so many of these bad things happening to it. Like, I mean, nothing. Like, we've been singing these songs. Everything is coming to you. Just allow the universe. Like, all that crap y'all been talking. The only reason y'all was singing that everything is coming to you because you had a house and some food and some lights. Now, all of that passive, just to let the universe work for you, y'all ain't even on that no more. Y'all abandoned and reassign whatever teachings fit the current narrative you want to relay. It's like plug and play knowledge.
Exactly. That I like that.
How is the system against y'all, but then you say the man came and helped you? Like, shouldn't that act of assistance have you second guess what you've been saying the whole time? How could somebody in their lower self, who's a part of the Babylonian system, why would they then come and be of assistance to you? Why is
They
that?
have no rhyme or reason.
We go ahead.
System didn't come to you sweet. They raped and pillaged us. They beat our man in front of us, split their body. This is not gonna come to you sweet.
No.
This is gonna have to come with a phenomenon. This have to come with a switch, a real switch.
Yes.
It's gonna come with a sword. It's gonna come real.
Breaking your reality
It's always
down.
something
It's
about
what you
beauty.
All you believe is gonna be broken.
They will lock you up the same way and do you the same way as they doing to us. They gonna smash your.
Did y'all want to say something?
No, I was just gonna say it's always references to beatings.
Yes. For women who have been beaten.
And then there's the here comes the fear tactic of, oh yeah, they'll do the same thing to you. They won't, because we're not doing the same things y'all are doing. You're trying
Right.
to promote this fear narrative as if you're being targeted because you're black, but you're making yourself a target. That's like somebody getting mad because the police ran up in their house. You're selling drugs.
Right.
How
Right.
is the police running down on you? They ran down on me. Like, so I be listening to some of these guys and some of these people, and I'm like, bro, y'all really. But I, but I have to keep in mind, like, bro, y'all really some kids out here.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really some kids that think that the government's supposed to turn and look the other way because you black. They're not,
Right.
bro. Nobody, listen, news flash. Everybody that's black, nobody's coming to give you a handicap. Nobody's coming to say, hey, let's take it easy on black people because they went through. Because guess what? Every group of people can point to a reference in history in which something tragic or bad has happened to them. And we can play these games and say, oh, slavery lasted this and it was more horrific than this. Man, Japan got a whole nuclear bomb dropped on them
Drop
and people got
two.
evaporated into dust.
Two.
So we're gonna
Two
be like,
nuclear bombs.
but it wasn't 300 years worth of bombs, bro. Listen, bro. First, and here's the thing too. It don't matter if it wasn't right. Waiting for somebody else to correct your issues, you playing the game wrong. Even if you're like that's like me waiting on my mom and dad to come fix something, bro. Like your mom and dad might have birthed you, but they don't owe you.
Nope.
They
Nope.
don't owe you. Bro. They don't owe you. Your healing. You owe that to you. You might not be responsible for what happened to you, but you definitely responsible for moving forward. So here we are, scattered all over the place, trying to make some sense of this. Now we're transitioning into let's make the people who are watching feel as if what's happening to us could also happen to them. Fear. We ready?
Hmm.
Face in the pavement.
They don't care about you.
And tackle your ass to the
The same
ground.
motherfuckers. They just using you.
Yes.
They just using y'all. They just using y'all to get him locked up and then torture you at the same time.
Come on.
So you're not going away free, Scott. You're not going away with just I'm going to live my life. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy this live up under lap and luxury of the white supremacy system. And
It's taking everything from nature, taking everything that's godly and turning it into a lie. Let me tell you something. These two
It's
right
not
here,
though.
bro.
nah.
Why are they moving around so erratically?
That
I
all that energy.
I don't know if they're trying to portray as if the situation is so serious that they just can't control themselves or they're on drugs. I don't know. It could be a part of the act. Let's act irate. That's what he do. That's what he would do. Let's act irate. Let's curse. Let's yell. Let's scream. That'll get them riled up.
Hmm.
We ready though.
I ain't having it.
Gangsters.
I ain't having it.
They was outside. Right there, the police. What, my nigga? All up in their
Who y'all talking to?
backing down from nothing and nobody. 12 police officers is in front of us. I don't fear no man.
I ain't having it.
They was outside. Right there, the police. What?
Who y'all talking to?
Backing down from nothing and nobody. 12 police
Right.
officers is in
See,
front
that's
of
what
us.
I'm
I don't
saying.
fear no
They're trying to appear hard.
Yeah,
12
Like
police
these gangster
officers.
girls.
yeah, this the part that make me concerned for them because, bruh, even your toughest gangster Don't be about that life when he realize what happened when you get behind them bars or you get in that courtroom. But y'all are just young, basically young girls. Zoka talking about some get bro. It's just it's bro. It's where you can't like bro. There's women that really have been to prison and they don't act like that.
Exactly. This
It's
they're
like
mimicking the behavior.
it looks like a BT. It's like yeah. It's like they're mimic. They really think Eligio Bishop is some type of gangster. Like they really think his like he how he carries himself is model behavior. But it's gonna like listen, bro. If y'all watching this, man, you gotta ask yourself or tell yourself if you want to know what listening to somebody where it's gonna lead you, just look at where they at.
Hmm.
If y'all continue to operate underneath the Eligio Bishop software, you're going to prison or you're gonna be seriously hurt. Which one you want? But you're not thinking about that now because you're in the comfort. You're talking about the comfort of us in the system, but you're in the comfort of I am Malia Efru. And that's the only reason you guys act like that because you're reinforcing each other. I guarantee you place Zoka or any one of those women in a singular position around some people who really live this type of life, it's not going to come off the same way. Just like you might be a great fighter, but when you're surrounded by 10 people, you think different. Because ain't that much fighting in the world. This ain't Ip Man. Ip Man a movie.
Hmm.
Chances of one person be, I don't care nothing about Bruce Lee. I love Bruce Lee. But the chances of one person being 10 is almost zero.
Right.
You have a rough time with two. So they're feeding off of Eligio Bishop and they're feeding off of each other, but they're being fed a bowl of lies, man. It's up with your hurt. But like what you call him just got killed, man. Julio just got killed. Like they just dropping folks like for no like for left and right. Like people are dropping people from parking spots and y'all acting gangster on their phone. Bro, go, I'm telling y'all, sit down, bro. Sit down, bro. Like Juju Jack Jacks, you might be able to wrestle, but you can't wrestle the world, bro. And you ain't Bruce Leroy. You ain't catching bullets with your teeth,
Exactly.
bro. If as good of a wrestler you might be, it's somebody out there that'll body slam you. And Juju, you 5'0", bro. Be a bro. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it, bro. Y'all boys. I'm telling you, bro. Just leave the gangster stuff alone, bro. Because you see where it got your Messiah.
Definitely. Right in the Hooskow.
Yeah.
Life without the possibility of parole plus
I'm telling you, for
10.
10 years, bro. Come on, bro. The man gotta die. They gotta keep his body in there for 10 more years. They gotta they gotta mummify that boy. They gonna mummify that boy. They say we can't release the body for another 10 years.
That's funny.
They gotta preserve that boy. They had to put that boy in the cryo chamber.
I don't know what happened to that.
Are we ready?
Ready roll.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chief taught me that. My chief taught me never to fear no man, but to fear breaking the rules and regulations of God. Yeah. Righteousness being
Dang.
hard.
Hold on. I
Breaking
want
the
to test.
rules
Hold on,
and
with you. Hold on, with you.
regulations of God.
Hold on, real
You
quick.
had nothing to live.
Somebody said something in the chat that I didn't even think about. Appreciate that, Arnold. They don't understand that the officers will make Nature Boy life a living hell. Them bragging online will make him a target for the officers and the prisoners. That's crazy. I didn't even consider that. Like, even how they got on the stand, they still don't realize that they talking about us. They made a Nature Boy's case worse than anybody other than himself.
Absolutely.
So them getting up on the stand made them look crazy, but they're not going to acknowledge that. They're going to blame everybody else. And
Oh yeah.
then I never considered that. Appreciate that, Arnold. They're making Eligio's life worse. I mean, that which is hard to do.
Yes, yes. They've always been a hindrance since the day he was locked up. They have been a hindrance to him. Well, I know I'm going to say since you left, and the whole brunt of the running of the cult has been on their shoulders. They haven't done anything right. They didn't find the right lawyer. They didn't raise enough money. They've been abject failures at assisting him, and I haven't been shy about saying that.
And I'm glad you did say that, because when you look at it from a performance-based perspective, that's true. And then the to ignore their failures, to make them say like this live is for them, to help them alleviate the pain of failing. They pride themselves on just being there. Like, what good is you just being there if
Right,
you haven't done? Like, we held them down. Like, what help? You really did held them down in prison. You guys did it. Like, bro, like y'all talk about what we gotta live with. Y'all gotta live with that. Like Malia, and then I want to let you know this too, Malia. Bro, it's too late to talk now. You didn't say nothing at the trial when he needed
right.
you the most. It's
Got
too late
booted.
now. It's like it's too like bro, like it's like people coming to the funeral. Like, bro, I'm dead. You didn't try to get in contact with me while I was live. So it's like, bro, I'm dead now. You missed the opportunity, but nonetheless.
Ain't fit to
We
live.
ready.
You ain't have to die for. You ain't fit to live. Pyramid. Come on. What are you doing every day? You have your car back and forth to what? To feed what? You feeding the system. Right. You feeding something that's cancerous to our own self and our own being as a people. We can never unify. We can never come together. We will never have nothing established as us, as our own, because of how we treat each other. Exactly. Look at every other society, every other race. They got a collective group that they say, hold on, you and me.
No, they don't, bro. Like that's the part. That's why I knew she was coming to this point. Like that's not Zoka, you're not even qualified to talk about the world because you don't know it. You don't know it. It's your scope of understanding is limited to what Eligio Bishop told you and what he told you only. Like every other group of people are currently at odds with each other. Do you know about Ukraine, Russia, Israel?
No.
Bro, people, Africa, they're fight. That's what people do. That's what people do. We disagree, and sometimes those disagreements lead to long-term conflicts and even warfare, bro. Like, but you're saying that because you know that you're trying to pull on the heartstrings of black people because some of us are insecure about being black. We don't feel good enough. We feel less than. We feel like every other group of people is dominating us and outdoing us. And so you're
Yep.
trying to inspire this mission to come together so that we can finally keep up and so that we can finally have heaven on earth. But heaven on earth can't be possible with humans
No. That's
because
the
we're
thing.
flawed.
They
But
don't
that's
get that.
okay, bro. Huh?
They don't get that.
But the thing about it, but what is setting them up for the crash is the confidence plus the ignorance. It's a terrible combination to have
Oof.
because they're mashing the gas all the way to the floor, but don't realize that it's a wall at the end of the road.
Mm-hmm.
They're going 125 miles per hour on a dead end. But going at that speed, by the time you realize it's a dead end, you couldn't possibly stop. And so
Yep.
that's what I'm kind of concerned about because the statements they're making, they're talking about, forget about the police. And if you're not, if you don't have nothing to die for, you're not fit to live. Jack's talking about he'll bleed for his people. I'm like, which one would y'all prefer to do? Are y'all going to harm somebody else or are you going to harm yourself? It's only two choices.
Time will tell which one.
I
And
just
it
hope
might be both.
I just hope that nobody has to lose their life for this to end.
Me too.
Mm.
Me too. Hit it.
I really hope that's not the case either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
niggas
worst
be
case
like,
scenario.
right behind mask. I didn't do shit. I ain't seen shit. I'm good. Yeah, I would do whatever you tell me to do. How much you need me? Some money? Oh yeah, I do anything for that. Just give me something. Oh, just give me something. I don't need nothing from you, master. But you thinking that's God? Yeah, that ain't God, nigga. That's not God, nigga. It's a black man's all of reality, all of origins of man and woman came from the black man and woman. Africa. Thanks. Africa is the origin. Thanks. Black melanated dark skin where the earth was out of Africa. Dig into the earth today and see what color the dirt is. And then look at your skin. And look at your skin. And tell me if that's not self-hatred when you look in the mirror.
Pause it,
Show not
please.
straight
I
freaky
did
hair.
look at
It
my
ain't
skin.
freaky. And it's
I did. And it's not the same color. Like neither is yours. What was the like? You're not like I did the test, and that apparently that's not me. And another thing I wanted to like, this is one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. Is like, there's so much stuff in here. Like, for one, why do I have to be worshiping white supremacy to want to live the way that we live in America? Like, and why do black people have always and black people who want to live as Americans and are okay with America, why can't they be making their own cognitive decisions? Why does it always have to be that they're following behind the white man? You're constantly trying to suggest that black people aren't capable of choosing their own lifestyle. Like, we
Exactly.
want to live like this, bro. Like, just, bro, we want to, like, the way we're living is not a white man's world. America is a collection of cultures, dog. Like, what are you talking about? Like, but you need it in your mind to be this white man world just to give you something to fight against because you can't stand your own self.
And they don't want to have to contribute and be responsible. And
Yeah.
they're always talking about facing their demons and facing their generational curses. Well, all of those things are in Babylon. So those things you are forced to be face to face with. But in this fake, phony world they live in, they can be oblivious to everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I'm
you
glad you
know,
brought it up.
their kids, their sons, probably have needs and wants and desires and need new shoes and playing little league and softball, whatever they're doing in their life. Those things require you to be present and to be selfless, and they don't want to do that. Efru knows she needs to have her ass back in school, but that takes a lot of work. That takes a lot of commitment. It's easier, like you said, to sit crisscross applesauce on the floor and smoke weed and listen to him all day.
And in addition to that, because the world that we currently live in, everything is so rapid and fast, they're trying to shortcut their way to the top.
There you go.
But the thing about, but which is natural, because I think humans have a tendency to take the path of least resistance and do things that are energy efficient. That's how we ended up coming up with tools. But some things in life, they can't be forced, and there's no shortcut to it. Like, there's no shortcut to putting on muscle. You have to show up and do it every single day. But carbonation is attempting, just like Eligio Bishop attempted to elevate himself without going through the proper channels to do so. Him and
Yep.
every other cult leader, because they feel deeply inferior and insecure amongst the world, they have to create their own world, elevate themselves in that own world, and then demand everybody else join their world because they've already assumed the position that they wanted without doing the work necessary to get there in an establishment or society that's already in place. So you're coming on this camera and you're telling me who you are. But that's not how it works. Like Muhammad Ali said he was the greatest, but then he also went out there and earned that statement. They're just talking, which is good. Like you're supposed to, in advance, speak things into existence. But people have mistaken that speaking things into existence doesn't require complementary actions to realize it. If I sit on my couch, I can't speak $100 onto my table. I can't speak food into my refrigerator. I can't speak, a house to be built. Even Egypt, with when people love to reference Egypt, the pyramids didn't get there through manifestation. It was people stacking them rocks on top of each other.
Thank you.
Every system that's great, every society that's great, has been built with hands and feet and carbonation. You guys can't have a nation because you're lazy. You don't want to do nothing. You are trying you want other people to build your nation for you, then take the throne when it's done.
Oh yeah.
You're pathetic, and it's failed already. We're just waiting on you to accept it.
The laziness is probably the prime uh factor in why they stay there, because nothing is required of them. Nobody, the only expectation is that you stay loyal and supine to Eligio.
Come on, Lisa, man. The barrier for entry and the requirements to stay in carbonation are, I mean, it'll probably be like it probably be harder to get a job at McDonald's than it is to get in carbonation. Like
I thought you guys had a stringent vetting process.
no. Just to apply, with the effort it would take for you to apply to get a job at McDonald's would be more challenging than it is to get in carbonation. I mean, you don't have to do nothing. Like you don't even have to buy your own food. You're on the back end. You're using food stamps. Like y'all are using food stamps, bro.
Thank you.
Come on, bro. Like y'all can't tell. So I'm lying. Like I'm lying, and I'm the one that left the food stamps for y'all. I'm the one that was grocery shopping. So I know y'all using food stamps, and I know y'all still are. So it's like the it's the denial and the delusion. But
Yeah.
those two states of existence, they have a tendency to expire over time, or in a significant event happening. But man, like I said though, it's only been, what's it been? We August now. You
Yes.
see, April, May, June, July. Oh wow, it's been 5 months.
5 months.
Dang, that's crazy. It don't seem like it.
No this year is going by very fast.
Yeah, that riding, boy. Okay.
But the reality of his absence is going to be felt the longer he's in prison.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, like it's gonna set in. Like, oh snap, he ain't coming home.
Yeah.
It's gonna, like, that's one thing that is gonna set in. He's not coming home.
And he's going to keep on with these arbitrary dates. December 2025, Valentine's Day, Arbor Day,
Right.
2020 2026. And it's just going to keep going on. That's how all doomsday prophets
Yeah, exactly. Moving the goalposts.
move the
I
goalposts.
was interested, because I like whoever said we must study the past or we're doomed to repeat it. And so I asked myself, how long have these assertions that the world was going to end been going on? And apparently it's been going on for quite some time, and obviously people have been wrong. But in
Yes.
1666, they thought that the world was for sure going to end because it was the mark of the beast.
666.
Yeah, people were absolutely certain that that was it. But here we are,
Still moving. I mean,
almost almost
I don't know
400
how
years
old you
old.
were in 2000, but Y2K was
11.
insanity.
Yeah, 11. It was like, yeah, I was 11 years old, so I was aware of what was going on. Everybody running to the grocery store and all of that
Stocked
stuff,
up.
and it's like, guys, relax. The economy goes up and it goes down, bro. Like, why
Yeah, the
y'all
other
like?
day
Why y'all?
the market tanked the other day,
It
and
tanks
it's
all.
back up.
It tanked in 2008 with the housing crash. Like, bro, that's what
Yes.
it does. It's like that's what stuff does, bro. Like everything that is built, it's bound to fall unless you do some type of maintenance to it. Like your house is not gonna be new forever. Your car is not gonna be new forever. Things fall, they break down, bro. It's okay. We have you not noticed that we fix it?
Yeah, they don't understand how, like I keep saying, they have no concept of how the world works, how the economy works, and so they can do is go by his limited knowledge.
Yeah,
And that's why they believe these doom and gloom prophecies.
yeah. And the doom and gloom prophecies make you feel better about the current position you hold. It
Absolutely.
makes you feel right and the rest of the world wrong, which
It's all
further
going
aids.
down. It's gonna
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
And because I told this story the other day. Someone put a negative comment in their comment section the other day, and one of them replied, "I'm gonna leave this comment up for Judgment Day, and you'll have to be accountable for it."
Okay.
Like,
You know, for people who are so certain that the system is going to end, they're sure not uh, urgent or eager to leave it.
yeah, why aren't they in nature? Why aren't they in the tropics?
And I've said this too to other doomsday and conspiracy people. If you're so absolutely certain the world's going to end, why are you on YouTube and why are you on Instagram? Just live your life. It's over. Like why? What type of person spends their last days on Instagram,
Exactly. That's a great point.
on
Get out
YouTube,
in
telling
nature.
people
Go ground.
like, and then it's gonna get to the point. I think coming up soon, they're gonna make a reference to hurricanes and
Yes.
tsunamis. Like, bro, y'all acting like this stuff is new. They're talking about natural disasters. Like, they natural disasters happen every day.
Yep.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, y'all, there's a hurricane in Florida, bro. Newsflash: there's a hurricane in Florida every day.
Y-
They talk
Thank
about
you.
there was an earthquake in Japan. Japan is known to have earthquakes. What are you talking like,
Constantly.
bro? Hawaii had a volcano? Duh.
But they don't know anything about the rest of the world.
That's
So
what I'm
they
saying.
think
Like,
these are phenomenons.
bro, I'm just saying. But it was snowing. Y'all seen it was snowing in Washington. It was hot in Florida. It was hot in Texas. But I'm saying that's what happened, bro. Like but because they are displaying extreme ignorance to the like, I really didn't think that it would ever go this far. I thought that they would see it the same way I did and leave.
Hmm.
But the amount of arrogance, the amount of arrogance that's in them, it's almost as if they would kamikaze, like they would drive a car off a cliff or crash a plane into a building. Like I don't know, man. I don't know which way this gonna go, but we here to watch it.
Hit Medea.
But they asleep.
Medea, you
No,
there?
I'm here.
Okay.
It's not European. Nah, you a nigga. I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga. I got nappy root. Nappy. I got nappy root. It gets dry. Coil that tighter the
Right.
coil, the stronger.
They don't even know what
Y'all
nappy is.
don't, bro. That's the crazy part about it.
And
Bro,
yeah,
y'all don't. Y'all actually don't have coarse textured hair. Like it's
Now
I mean, even though
you
that
a
can be
nigga.
minute,
Now you a nigga. I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga. I'm a nigga.
even that
I
can be a
gotta call you
minute
that.
thing, it just
The
further
tighter the coil,
shows.
the stronger the electromagnetic. You are connected to
Electromagnetic
source, so
field.
you can communicate and talk. Come on, not no straight here. That's not the epitome of beauty. But you know what? It's the sister came of our matrix, nature that was already here and took and raped and pillaged our people. So your grandma, your mother, your aunt taught you what you know now today, and that is running systematically in your genetic
Can
bloodline.
you
So
pause it
now
real
that
quick?
you portal into this realm, your children know what you know the ignorance, and now they want you to locked up.
Pause it,
You
Medea.
said pause?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I
just
did.
wanted to I just wanted to just that with the hair thing, the only reason I brought that up is because it further shows just the lack of acceptance for who they are. Like you're not dark skinned. So according to your own knowledge, it would be impossible for you guys to be the divine matriarch. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And y'all don't even represent your own knowledge. Like you shouldn't even be there according to the knowledge. It should be four dark skinned people.
Everybody should
Um,
be Ra.
Even darker than that, because she's not even that dark. When you look at the full spectrum of darkness, if y'all are so caught up on melanin, it should be blackity blue black up in there, but it's
Angola
not.
black.
It's not. And then there's this further assertion that all black people live the same existence. It's so insulting
It
and
is.
pathetic that people that black people especially try to rope us in as if we grew up all the same copy and paste factory produced lives. Like even though we're black, that does not mean we had the same value system, the same family upbringing, the
Same
same cultural
religion.
background. Like you don't know what my family values or what we practice or where we're from. So for you to assume that, oh yeah, you black, so you know we did this and we did that, like Malia, your existence and my existence are two different things. And every black person you see walking down the street is not your brother and sister. And I hope you don't have to find that out the hard way.
They will. They will.
You're gonna have
During the
to.
trial, his he kept saying he has such a low opinion of black people. He keeps saying he's here to save them, and he's the real one. But during the trial and his interrogation video, he kept saying, "Well, black people aren't. They only like drama.
Right, I remember that. And
They're in other words, what he was saying is they're not smart enough to get my knowledge, so
exactly.
I have to code it in nonsense. I have to
Yep.
code it in fights. I have to code it in this abrasive talk. I have to code it in sex. That's the only thing black people respond to, and I found that part very embarrassing in the trial, and you know that really set me off.
Yeah.
That was very insulting.
You know what and what I feel like, and this is just what I'm coming to terms with. I'll do further investigation and examination, but I feel like black people are insecure and they make other people be what they need them to be to
Some,
to affirm that insecurity.
some, some, yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah, not all of, yeah, because we're not a monolith. But like I'm glad you added that point because carbonation has this deep rooted founded belief that black people are just incapable. Like we're so incapable and messed up that we need salvation from God
Yes,
Himself. Like, but that only goes to show you what they feel. What like this is what they've been taught to think of themselves, so that He can further control them and
yeah,
manipulate them and abuse them. Zoka Malia IF really think they don't possess the mental faculties to think on their own. So when you have been reduced to that level, You have to reduce other people to that level, because how can you exist as my higher self? So if you don't have your own mind, then I possibly couldn't have one. So they're basically just offloading how they personally have been trained to think of themselves onto other people. And then when we don't subscribe to that, oh, you're a wife of the white man. You're
Yes.
trying to be a chief and not an idiot. I'm trying to be a chief because I want to think for myself, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're the devil's wife because you don't want to
Devil's
be with a Legio bishop. You want to have your own car and your own house, and so you don't want to answer to a man because you've noticed that maybe that maybe that today's men are on some bull crap and are entitled little boys who think that because they have a penis that that automatically warrants respect. And
Yes.
so rather than be with a dude, just to be with a dude, you want to create your own space that makes you a demon and a devil.
Well, if you read Scheherazade Ali, yes.
So how's that Ali crazy, man? And it's crazy that I really thought she was saying something until I was able to step away from the influence of the environment I was around and tune into my own thought process. I realized Scheherazade Ali, I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm gonna say that her message can easily be used to justify abuse. I'm not gonna call her crazy because it's not about her. Her message can easily be the justification for abuse and the
Well, I'm not
mistreatment.
listening to anybody, male or female, who wants to tell me about relationships and children that don't have any, that don't have either.
Feel
She's
you on
never
that.
been married and she has no children.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. That's interesting. That's very interesting information. Appreciate you providing that because I was totally unaware to right now in this moment.
Mm-hmm. All right, Medea.
Okay.
They want to get you involved. They want you involved in a system. In your system. It's a mindset. They want to get you involved, getting locked up, wrapped up in this system. Yeah. Child support, they put you on child support. The black woman got more damn jobs than a black man could even get a job. Women got more ability and credibility in this system more than a black man can get some woman. Call white man. Call white man.
Cause it.
You can get some bills. You can get some free homes. You get all the benefits of this system.
They're about to go on a rant about food stamps, but the whole thing about the black woman has more rights and is high more respected than the black man. The fact that black women do have rights and the fact that black women do have respect in this society doesn't diminish the respect or the accomplishments of black men. It's not a competition, you know. And it's a sick and twisted, oh my goodness, it is so twisted the way their minds wrap around information. But that part, this is the part that really, well, there's a lot of parts that
I
set
was
me
like, this is the
off.
third one. I said, this is the third one.
Yes, these are the aspects of this that just got me. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to say.
We ready?
All the benefits of this. So when a black form and a melanated form, you can't accept your black man. You are a white supremacist. Yeah. You are ignorant. Your mind is ignorant. Your understanding is ignorant. You are supremacy. So you are a MK Ultra ass spot. Yeah. Yeah. So now you
She doesn't
stupidity.
even know what MK Ultra is.
Right.
Ignorance. Yeah. ignorance. So when you try to get woken up, like European, wake up and you like, oh, go get it, master, they are. They teaching truth, master, look at them, master, God.
Let me tell you what they do, bro.
All this shit.
Can you pause it real quick?
When the police came into the lobby, let me tell you, the police. I'm gonna tell you this.
Vlog Lurker, yeah, Vlog Lurker made a very important observation in the chat when she was saying that on one hand, according to Nature Boy and his followers, we don't have our own mind. We're operating in the European's mind. We're sick. We're unintelligent. We're incapable of digesting scientific information. But you're also reaching out to these same people to aid you in your defense.
Right.
What does that say about you? Either you're a manipulator or either you're insane. Because why would I recruit the assistance of someone who I consider to be inferior intellectually? That doesn't make any sense. That was a very good point. I wanted to acknowledge that because I just seen it. And Crystal just made a good point too. It's like when they keep talking about black women doing their own thing, they have to demonize that so that they don't consider it themselves. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with anybody else, y'all. Like that's what I want to keep reinforcing in this video. It has nothing to do with anyone but them. They have
it's all projection.
Yeah, they have to demonize you because they don't want to ever consider that might actually feel good to them. And that they don't want to ever consider that might be exactly what they want to do. So let me make sure I demonize it and talk down against it. Because I need to make what you're doing seem bad so that I won't consider doing it myself. But you guys have experienced it before. Because when y'all came to Carbonation, y'all wasn't no kids. Y'all done know before. Y'all done, been out with your friends and doing your own thing. And y'all know that feel good. And prior to Nature Boy, you didn't feel like you was wrong for doing that. You didn't feel like after you all up in school. You didn't like, bruh, like what is this? Freaking 3rd century England or something? Like, what is this? Like, why are we still acting like we have to question whether or not women should be able to do what they want to do? Like what are we doing? Like, what is this? Like, but that's what the motivation is, man. Like, I have to come on this camera and make everything everybody else is doing wrong to further help me feel right about what I'm doing. That's it.
Yep.
We ready?
Police officer, the white one, came first. He the one who commanded. Well, so according to their authority, he came up to us first. Very aggressive.
Hold on, y'all. My video, my friend.
It's all good.
Standing there like, I told you who you ain't going. You gotta leave, and I'm gonna give you 10 minutes, or you want it, right? And he walked off. That's what they do, bro.
All this shit.
When the police came into the lobby, one white police officer. Let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you exactly the setup, right? Because the police officer, the white one, came in first. Who commanded? Well, so and so, he came up to us first, very aggressive, standing there like, I told you who you came. You gotta leave, and I'm gonna give you 10 minutes, or you going to jail, right? And he walked off. The black people, Aya, aka.
They had these police officers give them 10 minutes before they were going to jail.
Man,
Can y'all
they're
imagine if
lucky.
they got locked up
Those
there?
those officers were probably those police were being very patient with them.
Yeah,
Very patient.
and I'm
They
sure
are
they probably
very
were
lucky.
aware who they are.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they're aware who they are.
I would hope so.
You think
Yeah,
they
they
knew?
they the people talk, and their faces are, yeah, and then look at how they were dressed. So,
Yes.
so
They dress
they
like they're in a cult.
yeah, so it was obvious that they, who they were there for and who they were. So I don't think it was hard to tell. They probably had the head wraps on for sure.
Yeah, they
Oh
have
yeah.
on that three is free
And the Free
t-shirt.
the Three t-shirts. Backwards.
Yeah, right. Yep, they definitely, yep. And I don't know if they have multiple shirts or they just continue to wear the same one.
They flip them. They, instead of having t-shirts that have Free the Three on the front, and they just flip them over. They're all wearing their shirts backwards.
Oh, that's the one with his face on the front.
Yes.
Man, I
If
thought it
they
was two
turned
different
around,
shirts. Man, I thought it was
yeah.
two different shirts the whole time, Lisa.
No.
That's why the neck looked like that.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Oh
why you
my
just didn't put the
goodness.
face in the front and the three on the? Never mind. That's I'm going off into something that I feel like is kind of trivial, but no, I just I'm funny. It's funny that I don't even pay attention to that stuff. I be trying to pay attention to what it is that they're saying, but that it is an interesting observation. I completely
I
overlooked
wonder
it.
what the significance of that is, though.
What? Wearing the shirts backwards?
Of them wearing their shirt backwards like that.
I don't know. Like
Because
it
they
just,
couldn't afford to buy two kinds of shirts, so they just flip them. Like in Dreamgirls, where they flip their wigs upside down.
but it just we know how a backward shirt feels though.
Terrible.
It's like, bro, like it. Like as soon as you put it on, it's on backwards.
They're trying to be they're activists. You know, they're being resourceful. That's what I was trying to say. They're being resourceful.
I guess they kind of want to. I don't know. Maybe they don't want to feel like. Maybe they want to feel like they're wearing more than one thing. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Let's get into it. It's about to get
All
real
right.
spicy.
The black people stepped up. Ugh. Because they defend the system to the death. What I saw while I was driving there. Because get these Aja. Take the time. I know that a lot of people they realize the time to be over the economy. Yeah. Bruh, this is what it is. If black people don't wake up, what is it gonna take? Are we driving, right? All I do is see country. Get it? My no, that's what I'm looking. I start digging out a little bit. I'm feeling stuff because I'm seeing the crops, the fields. On one side, I see a mansion, and on the other side, I saw the projects. We drive up into the.
On one side, they saw a mansion, and on the other side, they saw a
Uh,
projects
project.
in
Yeah, that
Oakland.
that that keep the slave. I did not understand. I did not understand what that meant, but I tried to piece it together because, like I said, I'm from down here, and I think they're referring to those large houses that sit off on a lot of land, and some of them do have those like sheds or whatnot. Also in the area, but I really don't understand what I mean by on one side it's a mansion and the other side is the projects where they hold the slaves. But I told you that I felt like coming down here was going to be a culture shock for them. And when they start talking about how the country looks, I'm like, but that's just how it is down here. But in people's minds, they feel like they coming back to Harriet Tubman days. And yeah, I'm saying I'm the same way, Redbone. I'm used to this. Like that's how we grew up. So they're they're it seemed like they in shock or something. Like they can't believe this how some parts of Georgia still look. So they think they walking through a time machine back into 1800s, but it's just Georgia, bro. Relax.
Mm.
Lincoln State Prison. I see is barbed wire. Bruh, I started to cry, bruh. I started to cry.
It's a prison.
Who does humans like that, bruh? Barbed wire. Nobody. I said, oh my God. They wouldn't tell us nothing, bruh. And they made us leave. You know how that feels. I know a lot of people are this, but we don't take the time to unite. We don't take the time because of fear. People will see an injustice. They will see something being done wrong. They know, they feel it in their body genetically that is wrong. This was standing in front of us. That nigga, it was all black women in front of us. I said, damn. They feel it. They felt it. They feel it, and they couldn't hear. And look, they felt it, but they against. They don't. We don't come together because we want to. And we don't want to go against the majority of what everybody is doing because of the repercussions. That's the same. That's the sum up to you and knock you around. That's okay. And these are standards. They pull out their phone. They don't do nothing because they scared. You have a lot of violence. When you have a people who are used to violence, we become desensitized. See that shit all the prison systems all day, locking our husbands, our brothers, our sons, locking them.
Aaron, what do you think about Mia and Aya are done?
I think that in the back of their minds, because it's not like it's your car keys or your glasses. You don't forget about your kids, no matter what you're doing. So I know that it hits them when they say that. In the back of their mind, they think about how in the world, and I'm just speculating here, how in the world am I talking about our sons and brothers when I don't care at all about my own? And am I a bit hypocritical? Just a little bit? Like, am I a bit hypocritical for encouraging people to think about their sons and brothers when I don't care at all about mine? Like, I'm not even living by example. And in addition to that, I'm over this narrative that black people are just always innocent, because we know. Look at Julio Fulio. Them folks went and did that on their own volition. Didn't no white man sign off on that. According to the
Right.
statistics that I found, as a black man, as an African American male, and I'm just using that term for conversation, if if I'm a victim of homicide, it's a 90% chance that the person who shot me was another black person, and another African American male. So Aya and her fellow sisters, chiefesses, or whatever, are suggesting that black men are somehow innately innocent, as if black men don't do things that would even compel people to want to see them in prison as well. You like, come on, bro. And then they're saying that it's fear that's motivating us to not unite. But the truth of the matter is that people don't want to join y'all. They don't want to do what y'all doing. And you can't get mad because people don't want to do what you want them to do. You can scream all day, but screaming is not always an effective means of winning people over to your side. I consider it to be ineffective, but they haven't even got to that. The only thing they know how to do when under stress is to turn on that phone and talk. I heard this guy say that under stress, we don't remember what to do. We remember what we've always done. We always under stress. We always revert back to our training, just like in the military. Aya, Efu, Malia, and Zoka don't know how to do nothing but talk in a phone, and then from talking in that phone, results happen. But they don't realize that that was an illusion. On the back end, on the finance team, I know where the money was coming from. But when you're Malia, Aya, Echo, and Zoka, and you're not in those types of affairs, you really thought that it was cosmic currency that was keeping carbonation afloat. But it's not.
Mm.
But let's continue
When I
on.
think,
No, go ahead.
well, when I hear them say that, I feel like similar to you. I think it's an underlying thought about their actual son.
You think so?
Yeah,
The reason I didn't think that is because he often encouraged them to look at him as as a child, as a boy. So I never thought that it really had any connection to um, their actual sons.
He was breastfeeding uh Ephru.
Wait, was
She
that?
he was drinking breast milk. That's why he it's part of that nurturing that he needs. He never got
I
nurturing
understand
from
that,
his
but with this separation now,
Mhm.
Malia is definitely. You can see the stress in her and
Oh
the
yeah.
fight in her between Malia and Tanisha.
Mhm. I think she feels a tremendous bears a lot of guilt. I am not so much, but I think that Tanisha definitely feels a lot of uh, guilt about her son.
I'll say this: everything I say is speculation because I can never really know what's
Right.
going on in the mind of somebody else. Like I keep thinking about that dude Twitch man from Ellen DeGeneres, like dude dancing, smiling, but was suicidal the whole time. So it's like I don't know what's going on behind Tanisha's eyes. I can only speculate from a common experience, but we'll never know, man. We never really know how close they are to leaving or how deep they in. You can't tell. You can never tell.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true.
But I don't. I think I said everything I wanted to say. I know that you guys might want to watch the full video, but the points that I wanted to address, I've done so, and it's getting late on this side anyway. But I appreciate you, Medea, for being our backup. Lisa, we're gonna have to go get
It
that
just gets
computer
repetitive
diagnosed.
after this. You're right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get that computer diagnosed.
I know. I gotta get it fixed. I
Gotta get
don't
it
know
done.
what's wrong with it. I'm at a loss. I am not tech savvy.
Got you.
But I'm happy you came on. I think that your insight into this is brilliant, and you really key into things that I wouldn't not I wouldn't have necessarily thought about. And this is a you're right. This is a perfect place to leave it. Malia,
No,
Ephraim, Aya, and Zoka are in turmoil, and I didn't realize how much turmoil they're in until they made this video.
right, right, yeah, yeah, yeah. This video was very telling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and whatever they thought they was portraying, and however they think they're coming off, it's just not. It's just not. It's not. They're not getting. It's not. They're not delivering the desired outcome, and they don't
Yeah,
know
it
it.
was the opposite.
Yeah, they don't know it. Like they really thought they lit up the internet potentially. I don't know what they're thinking, but I would well I don't know because it's like they posted that video of Tanisha on her rant and then they took it down. So I'm like, what do y'all really think? What's really going on? What's how do y'all really feel about what y'all doing? Because to remove the video, I would imagine that you kind of wasn't pleased with the outcome. But I'm trying to figure out how did it get posted? Like, did y'all not watch it because it looked like it was edited? But either way,
Oh, it was definitely a edited video.
yeah, it was. I thought I recalled the transition. So I'm like, somebody took the time to edit this and then post it, and then it was posted on Zoka's page on a playlist. It wasn't like I don't understand what that was about, but regardless, Medea, thank you for doing this because we was having major technical difficulties on Lisa's side. But once again, thank you for letting me borrow your platform to address certain things that I've seen.
Anytime. It was definitely a pleasure. Like Lisa said, you definitely give a unique perspective that I could kind of definitely see. Once you key in on it because of your actual direct experience in carbonation and also your direct experience with being around these individual folks, definitely gives me new
Yeah,
perspectives.
thank you for that, man. Thank everybody who participated in this, especially those on the East Coast who are up late as well. You guys enjoy your night, Medea. Enjoy your night, and I'll be keeping up with any updates as we move forward.
All right.
All right.
All right, cool, no
So,
problem. Later. I don't say bye, I say later every single time. It doesn't matter if I'm hanging up the phone or if I'm hanging up alive. I always say later. I never, ever, ever say bye. I don't want anybody. Hold on a second. I think Lisa's here. Lisa, what keeps on happening to your hold on. Lisa, what keeps happening to your connection? You there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I could hear you now. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Yes, that was great. That was really good. Um,
Yeah.
Aaron's perspective is always interesting. I yeah, I think that the one point he made there at the end is that the desired result i- is not what they is not what they're going to get. They're just going to get more
Mm-mm.
ridicule, more scorn. People are going to be just as critical as they were with the first
Well,
video.
it's not. I wouldn't even call it ridicule. Like, I'm gonna call y'all on y'all sugar honey iced tea because, like, they put themselves. I repeated in this video in particular. I did a lot of running it back because I wanted things that they were saying to stand out. Like, they don't like.
Right.
Look at what happened to so many other melanated people who have come into contact with law enforcement, who have given them an issue. These girls could have not made
Mm-hmm.
it back from Oglethorpe.
Oglethorpe.
And guess what? Those officers would have been well within their rights.
Oh yeah, if they would have arrested
That
them,
officer
they were.
was,
I
hmm,
think they were very patient with them until they pushed them to the limit.
I was gonna say that all those that officers that they gave them 10 minutes was extremely generous.
Exactly. Exactly. And they don't know anything about the police and dealing with law enforcement and courts and hospitals. What in their history ever prepared them for that?
Well, it's
Uh
time.
to
It's time to learn. If they're gonna continue to push three, it's time for them to learn about the penal system. It's time for them to learn about the judicial system. It's time for them to steep themselves into legislation,
Mhm.
government. They need to know all of these things. All of this standing outside the middle of nowhere in a highway, talking about, yeah, we went up there. Yeah, that's not changing anything.
Nope. Tell them what you said. Tell them what you said. They just sound ignorant. They sound like four ignorant girls who have no clue what they're talking about and
Teenagers.
what they're doing. Teenagers. And in a lot of respect, like me and Aaron were talking about earlier, with the Arrested
And to
Development,
be
they
honest,
definitely have.
yeah, they
I didn't
actually
hear you.
sound like preteens. I said they actually
Mm-hmm.
sound like
Mm-hmm.
preteens.
Yes, absolutely. They don't. Their maturity level is uh that of a tween, of a preteen. They don't
Yeah.
have any, and there's no one giving them direction. They only listen to him, and he's ignorant. He doesn't know how to purport himself properly in the system, which is probably why he was assaulted because he didn't know the prison
And it's so
politics. There are
unfortunate. But what's unfortunate though is that he's in that system forever. It's not a pit stop. This is not a bid, ladies. You guys are not signing up to do a bid. You're signing up for the rest of your natural life.
I don't think they're ready to hear that. They believe they're gonna believe
Well, I'ma
every
say it.
date that he. I wish they'd listen. I wish they would listen. They if they just educated themselves, they'd be better help to him. If they insist on staying,
They
but
refuse
don't.
to get involved in the system aside from food stamp housing and any other general cash assistance.
And the internet and
Huh?
and their phones, that's part of the system.
Yeah.
What makes you think that logging on to your Instagram account is not being a part of the system? That is the system. They're
They were in
frustrating. They're
rare form in
frustrating.
this live.
And I
I
care
just
about
hope.
them.
Well, I just hope that they all have their light bulb moment at some point in time. But Aaron given that perspective as far as these are um, for traumatized women who have been traumatized based on the length of their stay in Eligio Bishop's life. I mean, you can't count the severity of abuse, but some who have more years with him are probably a little bit more physically, mentally, and spiritually abused and indoctrinated to see things his way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They don't even talk like women.
No, bro. Inward, inward, inward.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I guess that's how he likes his women, gritty and uneducated and illiterate. He does, and that's what he wants to
You know,
see.
he always used to say, I need a female dog curse word like that's hood. That's just like me.
He's not
She got
even
to
a
carry my
hood.
energy. I need my woman to carry my energy.
Yeah, he wants the female version of him.
So what they're doing, yeah, they're all doing it. They're all doing it. Malia hopping around. They were all moving. Did y'all notice that they were all moving the whole time they were
They
talking?
couldn't stay still, and that's what makes me think that they are on
I
some
was
kind of
getting motion
narcotic.
sickness. I was getting motion sickness watching them.
Mm-hmm. Well, they couldn't stand still. They are.
Mm-mm-mm.
I know, they think I've got it in. I'm gunning for them, and I use my content to denigrate them, but it's really to try to help snap
Nobody
them
is
out of it.
gunning for them.
Well, they have a victim
And
mentality.
prayerfully and hopefully. Hmm.
Why aren't you? She opened the video up by saying, "Why aren't you helping me? Why aren't you helping us? You're not trying to help us. Help you what? Help you do what? You don't listen.
Mm-mm.
They don't listen to anybody except for Eligio. And he needs to listen to somebody.
Don't listen.
And or they have comprehension problems. I don't know which it is.
Yeah.
What's the chat going on about?
I think it's gonna take a while, but I will keep, we will keep you guys updated as much as possible as the carbonation world turns. You
Exactly.
remember that soap opera?
As the world turns, I do remember.
Oh
Redbone
my
Voodoo Doll is
goodness.
convinced it's drugs why they can't keep still. And I don't know.
I wouldn't say it's not. I think no, they had a long drive. They had opportunity to pass that blunt like 7 times.
I don't know,
They was in
Medea.
that car driving up. They could have
I don't I think it's something. I don't
what?
think it's marijuana. I don't think it's marijuana.
When they smoke weed these days, it's
Fentanyl.
they dip it in cocaine.
Whew, that's called a lala. And that's been going on for
Yeah, all the cool kids are doing it.
yeah, that's been a long time. I've smoked a few myself, and
Well,
it is a brilliant high, but it's one that
all
is highly addictive.
all the cool kids are apparently doing it right now, so I wouldn't put it past them. Back in my day, it used to be they dip their blunt in PCP.
In the Sherm sticks.
Yeah, in Bridgeport, we used to call it wet.
A wet cigarette.
Hmm. Yep, used to call it wet, wet. Whenever anybody was on it, you knew they was on it because they would be spaced out, walking in the middle of the street, taking off their clothes.
Always taking
One
off
time,
their
this dude,
clothes.
yeah, one time this dude did it, and he was like, I knew him. He wasn't like my friend, but I knew him. And I was walking to the bodega, walked up the street. This dude was standing on top of the trash can, like the dumpster, the big
Mm-hmm.
dumpster in front of the store, popping it, just dancing. He took his shirt off. He was popping, like doing disco move. I was like, on top of the trash can.
I thought you meant he was
I
popping
was
like
like,
pop
yo, he high as
locking.
hell. Yeah, he was pop locking. That's what he was doing.
Mm-mm-mm.
He was doing disco move. Like he was like doing the spin move on top of the trash can. I was like, yo, bro, he's about to fall and bust his head.
Yep, drugs will do that to you.
It was really crazy.
Drugs will definitely
Yeah.
do that to you.
So the entire, if you guys notice, the entire live for the entire, they, not one of them, it was like their feet was on fire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They couldn't stay still.
Or focused. They could not stay focused on one
And then
thing.
did you see Efra with her hands?
Yes. I think she thinks that makes her look
Efra
hard.
kept waving her hands all over the place.
I think she's trying to
Not
portray.
just when she was talking.
Yeah.
No, not just when she. No, it's not just when she was talking. When she was in the back, she was be waving her hand and put, like they was acting like they was in church.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know
Ah,
what the point of this video was. They'll
well,
probably
whatever
take
it
it
is, I
down.
hope it's not. I hope it's just like. I hope it's not a Lulu or whatever. I hope it's like, just. I hope it's just some good za.
But
I
they
hope
need
they
to
just
leave it
got them some
alone.
real good za.
Whatever it
They have
is,
good za in Georgia.
they sure do. We had some good.
They got some good za. Yeah, so they might have got some good, because that is some, it is something.
Blog Lurker makes a great point. She said the Manson women said they stayed high because it helped them disassociate and believe Manson's BS while he was incarcerated. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, it can help them to cope.
They, that's what this that's
Oh,
what this video needs to be named. Cope. Because that is exactly what they're trying to do. The faces, the the
cope.
the mo-
It should be called Cope Without Hope.
copium. They are a mess.
Yeah,
Well, thank you, Medea, for hosting this. We appreciate it. Again, thank you, Aaron, for coming up. I
anytime.
appreciate having you. I love speaking with you. I always gain some insights. Thank you guys for coming over here off of my raggedy channel. It'll get better. It'll get better. It will get better. I'm gonna
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
Arnold Watson.
And it's funny because your restream usually works like no problem.
It's my laptop, and then sometimes my restream is kind of finicky. If I but I gotta MacGyver it all
Yeah.
easily, and it was just buffering. It was buffered. You
Mhm.
could tell it was gonna buffer through the whole video. But I was something I read. Oh, the message is redacted. Foolery was a fool who signed up for a cash out. Who's that? I don't know what that means.
Mhm.
Cash Barbie said it's like a
No,
bad Toomey movie. Cash Barbie.
that's Beagle people.
Hey, big O people. Welcome, welcome. Don't
Oh, I
forget to hit
thought
the
you
like button,
said.
big O people. We got 149 people watching and only 37 likes. We can all do better. We should get 5 more likes before we get out of here. 5 more likes. Replay gang, hit that like button. The up or the down, either one.
Child,
Just
they ain't necessarily gotta hit that like if they want. They just need to subscribe to the channel and keep coming
What about the
back.
bell
Keep coming back. The
notifications? Yes,
content will keep contenting.
definitely. What do you have coming up? What are you premiering? What's next? What's next?
I, I have no idea.
You don't have anything.
No clue.
Okay.
Like seriously. The next thing that I have scheduled is um on my other channel, which is Danny Love, DANNILOVE. That's Danny, DANNI, Love without the E. I'm doing a show on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
the show that I've been trying to get done for the past couple of days about a couple and an 8-year-old boy. So
Oh yes, that is a
I'll be
chilling
doing that
case.
Sunday. Tomorrow we're celebrating my first granddaughter's birthday.
Oh yes, hooray! That this
Yeah,
that year went by super fast. We met.
yeah,
We met and officially became friends right around the time your daughter was a few months pregnant,
yep.
and now this baby is
Mm-hmm.
walking. Pretty soon, next thing you
And
know, you're gonna
talking
look
and
up and she's
clapping
giving
her
her the first.
hands. She's a
Yep.
mess. But we had her birthday party. Well, actually, what did we went to the beach the first weekend of the month to celebrate her. Then we did dinner on her actual
Mm-hmm.
birthday, which is the 7th, to celebrate her. And then now Saturday, we're gonna have like everybody else, like friends, my daughter's friends and from the military, from work, everybody else will have something at a splash park for her again.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. So much fun.
Hmm.
Well, kiss the babies
So
for me. Enjoy your
I
weekend, everybody.
will, I will.
Everybody in the chat, enjoy your weekend. I'll probably be in touch. I'll probably go live Sunday as well. I'm going to be doing a whole show on Kamala Harris and Tim Waltz, finding out what they are all about and looking at who are the donors that are funding their campaigns. It's important. I mean, it's important to hold
That's
politicians
interesting.
accountable since it looks like they're going to win.
Mm.
So I think I'm going to do that on Sunday. I mean, tomorrow.
So you're gonna do it Saturday?
Yes, Saturday. I forgot today was Friday.
Okay, cool.
All right, Love Bug. Thank you so much
Sounds
again.
good. Hmm.
All right, ciao, ciao.
Later, Lisa. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for engaging in the comments. I'm not going to go through all of the comments at this late time of night, or should I say early time of morning. It's what time is it here? It's 1:15 a.m. and well past my bedtime. If you know, you know. I'm usually sleeping or knocked out on Lisa Says What's panel at this moment in time if I'm usually up, but I gotta get some rest, y'all. I have a big day ahead of me tomorrow that starts really early. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. Please be sure to smash the heck out of that like button one time before you get up out of here. If you're not already subscribed to my other channel, Danny Love, please consider subscribing today. I have a goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2024, and I know I can do it. I know, let me rephrase that. I know we can do it. All right, y'all. So definitely subscribe. Hit me up over there. I'm going to have a really great show on Sunday. Definitely stop by and check me out. Until next time.